Citizen TV, the citizen's power. 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 Citizen TV, the citizen's power.
Christmas message from here. Doctor, the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, founder of modern day Ghana. Or no, Enna, you are one founder. You know, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Fellow countrymen, chiefs and people, comrades and friends, Christmas is here with us again. I am speaking to you in the spirit of the season, from Conakry, over radio, Guinness voice of the revolution. In spite of your suffering and humiliation, I wish that you could have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is normally a festive occasion, but on this year's Christmas Day, Ghanaians cannot help reflecting what a fateful year this has been for them. You have seen an unfortunate and sordid chapter in your history. It's a chapter of treachery and betrayal, of greed and hypocrisy, of cant and blunder. It is dark days for Ghana. It is exactly 10 months today when certain officers in the Ghana Army and Police turned their guns at the very constitution and legal government which they solemnly swore on their honor to protect and defend. You know that anyone who is capable of such an outrageous betrayal of trust for no reason at all could never have been motivated by the true interests of the people. Events in Ghana since then have confirmed this beyond any doubt. Within 10 short months, the traitors who make up the so-called National Liberation Council have shown that it was their morbid lust for money and power and their desire to escape from the just consequences of their corruption and crime which made them commit such despicable acts of treason against the state and the people of Ghana. When you look around yourself, their only achievement has been the sordid reversal of Ghana's development and progress. In these 10 months, a lot of lying propaganda and calumny has been manufactured by the so-called National Liberation Council. You have also been told a lot of nonsense by this notorious Liars Council about the state of Ghana's economy. Far from the gloomy picture of doom which the so-called National Liberation Council have been at pains to paint in order to deceive you, there has never been anything like the present state of mass unemployment and hunger which the last 10 months of National Liberation Council misrule and mismanagement have brought upon Ghana. Thousands have been forcibly dismissed or laid off from their jobs. Mass unemployment has mounted so high to a stage unprecedented in our history. Let the unemployed, therefore, mobilize themselves and fight for their rights. Under me, all workers receive their pay regularly, and all state enterprises and organizations function normally and satisfactorily. In fact, 10 short months ago, the standard of living in Ghana was one of the highest in Africa. What is the position today? Ghana's standard of living has fallen drastically. The cost of living has gone unthinkably high. Ghana's foreign reserves have entirely disappeared. The value of Ghana's currency has fallen hopelessly. In one of my broadcasts to you from here, I warned that the opening of Ghana borders, if not planned carefully, would lead to economic troubles. Today, Ghana's cocoa is being smuggled to neighboring countries with disastrous consequences for the people of Ghana. Cocoa, the large center of Ghana's economy, is in jeopardy, all because of the stupidity of the notorious liars' counsel and their ill-meaning advices. Ghana is now in a mess, economically and politically, under the so-called National Liberation Council. Men and women of Ghana, I know your troubles. Stand firm and organize. Continue your resistance wherever you are. I have faith in you. We shall not have fought so far and achieved so much, only for us to stand looking unconcerned while a clique of deceivers and self-seekers do all in their power to turn the clock back. We shall not sit idle to see your hard-fought-for achievements being destroyed by this traitorous clique before your very eyes. Fellow countrymen, chiefs and people, comrades and friends, Christmas is here with us again.
All right, so that's it live on our Crown 100.5. Togbi Badasu says the voice of reasoning. And there's a message from the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to Ghanaians from far away Conakry. Some message we unyane baby abu. A friend of mine in America sent me this video. Anajonumada. Me sorry anajobe 2 a.m. I watched the video again and again and again and again. And clearly, the same way, I can't stop voicing it out. And they should forgive me. But that is a fact. The UP tradition, at any given opportunity, will find a way of dragging us back at any given opportunity. Now me share document be here. And minim mo no mon check mame. Even Ghana Web Crab publish here. Time Dr. Kwame Nkrumah time. They were manufacturing canoes. They were manufacturing senior. Mo amunim ayi sa Kwame mo de mo ameto. On se ne wo ayi radio bi ne friend senior umbato senior. Wa ameto senior. Yeah, ne ayi omo ye no Ghana. Me betoy. Kwame Nkrumah time. But me ya woman no na makuma bi go system no mu omo de edua empempro na ye tape ye na ne tie GBC 1 GBC 2 ne ye canoes sanyo ne ye canoes ama nkrofo every other countries betoko. I wish I can get this now man for posty now man for posty. That time no Nkrumah ema yes ade no. The UP tradition seta Tony ba bonsu akasanoma Kwame bako so near friend akasanoma Ghana, we are doing it. building canoes. Neighboring countries like Togo, Benin, they come and buy from here. You build a TV. Wouldn't say that Ghana, a fridge. Yeah, near manufacture fridge in Ghana. Fridge. That time I come and Nkrumah yes saying, you know, and Nkrofone say it's a lie. Nothing is happening. Kwame Nkrumah build the Akosombo Dam. Na Akufo-Addo no papa no Akromfo no, those useless people. Very useless people. Edward Akufo-Addo and those foolish people. Kwame Nkrumah si Akosombo, they were asking questions. Adenti Kwame Nkrumah aya nhwehwani mu we huhu wo si Akosombo na yedai population no omododo ye sei eya wo si Akosombo o de ye dan. Kwame Nkrumah ye motorway boy. Kwame Nkrumah si vehicle okwa America na UP tradition for na soma normally demonstration akosia Kwame Nkrumah ewa American airport. Your demonstrations. What we are seeing today almost starting way back. They always come in just to destroy. Yes. They always come in just to destroy. And you see, that is why I keep on saying, I'm not for fan cheme, because they should know better. But because of their personal interest, they just close their eyes to the reality. People like Kwaku Bakun, Bombay Crusading Guide, Kwaku Bakun, omu de esi wo omu anim. O papa, Kwaku Bakun papa, no a minister under a Nkrumah regime. Oniminiama Nkrumah Pastor Nkrumah chatma on my Ghana. And how these UP guys came in just to drag us back, destroy everything. So people like Benefson, Kwaku Bakunum, when I see them supporting the UP tradition, I ask myself, Sankrofo, are they normal? Do they think right? Onipa say na abedi, we are say. Say aduane say obada he edien we are say edien ye dey kwai that you can't have principles, that you can maintain your grounds. Adia omo enananom beye ye no ebi no omo ye ne no. The UP tradition is the problem of this country. Document no a graphic and yeah, you know what screenshot no. She story no cut down about so much you know how sir. Who shall be who? Today, she said Nkrumah. Way back, he was talking about the fall of the cedi against the dollar. He was talking about a friend say poor conditions. He was talking about a Nyema and ACC and it's happening live. Kwame Nkrumah see Black Star Line. I'm saying no, and yet I didn't think that we see Black Star Line. Vako and yet Akosombo and yet. Any project be Nkrumah didn't sabeka bian and yet yes Bosombi esi castle yes a flaster as a friend can nyame yes ba and Kwame Nkrumah did that do boni trim and a moja eba the UP tradition. Yes, That is how they behave. That is their traits. That's their character. They don't change. They change their names. They keep on changing their colors. But they don't change. They did it to Rollins. Okay. Kwaku bakonum kwaka ekufado no mu. Kwasi asem kwa Rollins kopo ase. Rollins nu moja. Yase Rollins ni maame wata na dware. Na kwaku bakonum atimi afa Rollins picture na ma fa fish eto na omo de asiso na ma publish na enam se Rollins yase camera apeke no omo de camera bi akoto nso na ase no one maame wata wura ase na epeke no Rollins nu moja. O guys omo de bi ye Mahama. Yeah, maybe sa tape no 2012 JM ne Akufo-Addo omo preaching okay. Akwa bi preaching say sunsun money bi free esre mu ba sunsun no nom emoja referring to John Mahama. Kumasi ni sofo kwasia bi omo se ka abonu ama na wu sede yi on say 2016 osu bempa fucking mine no a wa bi asore no osu bempa onso no su koye bi yeah that idiot o say moja wo John Mahama nsa that is how they behave. That is their traits. Kwasia fongwa the UP tradition kwasia fongwa. That is how they behave. They know people are ignorant. So they form lies. Omni ya Nkrumah, omni ya Rollins, omni ya John Mahama. That is how they behave. I have said this. That given any opportunity, somebody must do this. And say a generation will come. Eso be good you Peter. That MPP eso be good no. Any government obenya opportunity should brand them as terrorists. They did it to Nkrumah. Adie bia obia ye bia eye bia no. So they took power from Nkrumah. Omo anye bi. Omo be destroy nyema wia de Nkrumah ye omo wia ni nyina. John Mahama say, look, we are faced with energy crisis. Now we are moving from hydro to thermal. We need to build thermal plants. Thermal plants enya banche ne body a yede si so ana abin. So look, let's endure. Instead say you be find a temporary solution to this doomsday issue. Let's find a lasting, permanent solution to doomsday. Say no. Oh, si thermal plant magana for say. Jai thermal plant nisi na echesika no na yeni. Se wan chesika na me ya ni dia. Ya kwa kachira Ghana for say na di doomsday aba. So they hired pastors. Ota Belnom. Reverend Mate fucking mine or my friend Reverend had a Cromfono Mate Cromfono former a press before moderator no Cromfono Cromfo Yawaka dem no. So they hired them. Monko kantre and sorry for no more sorry for no kwa monka say John Mahama di doom so aba. Yes. That is the politics the NDC don't know how to do it. NDC propaganda. Omono dia no ne say adia MPP for no aye no. Yes, they talk about it. But NDC for him how to sit in the room, plan, say, where you be didn't throw at omunimi. Into a branch of mama, Eddie thermal plant ni bedru ye no. When the thermal plant na bakra so na di dum so bae. No, thermal plant na ye dey. O the thermal plant aba no aye dey. Meanwhile na Atamos a Ghana gas. You see visionary people 7 years now. Ask Akufo-Addo, the UP tradition people, ask them, say, a dear pa no more aye ediaka energy sector home, they will start insulting you. Yes, so they are not the thermal plant no ebaye no wanya de. Na mom no Akufo-Addo so wa fa a thermal plant ni fria edi akwata krade $30 million. The whole Ghana obi amose omo kwa grow asore. You see, when I tell you they are mad people from Akufo-Addo to the left, mad, abadam for straight. I know Akufo-Addo is not a proper UP. Or no, Akufo-Addo only identity. Yeah. He was just jumping around looking for, the next available vehicle to reach his destination. Only principle. And we which ideology he belongs to. Only principles. Only any ideology. To a yama basa tan bodemni. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Oyanyama basa nyama tan. Ninyama no ya no. A young people for no time. Na Ghana for time. But they are afraid of him. That is the point. Yeah, Nkrumah sa je o mine o mine hwe. Akufo-Addo papa be wiade te se de wabodam. Wiade ohu abrabo bia o mo abo. This a person otua ne ho ka ahead ansa na wo dwane afira konwa no so. No atua no ho ka. We are minor just like that. The same thing with Rollins. Omoji o mine free Rollins some year no. After the no do saloon and akwa bosia. Hwe. But no more catch Rollins, no say. Omuna anko school. No more do saloon. Na saloon ni yakwaku baako. Sankrofo we do my boni o. They have damaged this country that one day people like Kwaku baako I think ya twi omo best street mu ni ebuso omo say, "O man we ye mo bone bay." We must be bold for once. Nanka one day you're pulling Crawford way bus street to Mubuso say, "Sao my way, Bonnie Bay Pana Ghana Yamo." Why? You just decided to support evil people to come and destroy the foundations of this country, to tear this country apart. This beautiful country called Ghana. They did the same to John Mahama. John Mahama is a cycle interchange. No. Mama, Kwabi want to be. Almost cycle interchange, John Mahama kum nipa de omo ahye fomo. Want this asem no? Yeah. John Mahama asie moja e was onu onua Ibrahim Mahama. Can you imagine? After the osiwie no almost there be interchange na it se kosua no almost John Mahama aye no kosua eni ahoden esiwa na ASA na omatimi afa Peace FM reporters na omakwa interview taxi drivers almost say ai ba ko so ofa so a onam so na ASA na interchange na ASA. Hi, can you imagine crazy. Saboteurs. John Mahama said, look, from Kumasi side, Aircon North, Kumasi survey as a market major business hub. So, Adia 74 pepper a business. Okay, so you build a huge modern market here. And here best survey Aircon North, between the north and the southern part of Ghana. No man ko Kumasi akwase sama ato apetesia mo manom se mo nwuro mo emfa ayi mo ayase entre John Mahama na mo nkoka se John Mahama ni onu Ibrahim Mahama baba be si shop afa Kumasi. Then they send people omuko tun krofo gu montene so. You see market ni wie ya almost say what's your wie dia ya wini power ni ya be chafa even baby a John Mahama drainage almost see shops ni bi SCC drainage ni so amensuo to a na abu ekodan no mu almost okay say no ensuo to abu kodan no mu yanko kan kire Ghana for say John Mahama ensi ade no kura yie wansi ni yie. Look, dealing with the UP tradition, you are dealing with evil, demons, very stupid people I've never seen in my lifetime. And you see, when Kennedy Japan was insulting them, but only how they behave. Obiasi adiasi why drainage ne niema na kwame muni sa video no omude dua akọ se drainage no mansuo no to ana enkora na ebura okay ose yes omude store ni nua enua locks no omude akọ se initially they said KJT market was a Galamsey site. Almost John Mahama ebe to Galamsey. Osi wie no. Omo chair shops ni wie no. E no omo akosi si edan illegal structures esisi drainage no so. Omo wie ya no. E no omo de locks, edua locks ekosi se gota no mu. Enti so de to a entimi nkwada abu abewura edan no mu ebewura market no mu a no omo a video na omo say so they managed to set up radio stations bebre and omo so no they understand business. When they set up radio stations effective unlike NDC omo and MPP for no omo pick frequency no they just set somewhere me make me a chiraw frequencies be brave Kumasi any MPP for your media. I can point it out easily. They just sit somewhere no matter tuama obi. And to make us so more neutral job. And your neutral job no more ye. And this is the Jiminti frequency ni kurano. Oh no, I want to be yet onimi yet onimu adwini bia na kurano. On to be running station no or me Jimmy onimi ye osemi ameye jai bema jai na nkrofo nya de ne ma na nya kama wose da bi menti ase and this Jimmy ebi no me kira wo mu Jimmy baako twintwan no okuramu ade no so a wo ye no onte ase tubonsa ade na efosere na si ho opene saa okohu so obi dia yeye no de bojandama na nani abre na mabuso mo se wani abre ne ene se wagimi nyansa ni utrim anya se ne ya no se no omo ya no We stayed with them. We know them. We know how they do it. And they say, yeah, two more for say, look, idea where you say, yeah, say, or say, Debbie, and this nip and nibi. Now, we'll be a radio station. Utum say, dear, ye be uncle yena. Me tuneful. Or catch them say, on a radio, 15 years. Or co Peace FM, or Quadrum FM, and then the 15 years into radio, on radio mupa. And I'm a busan say, nah. Oluma mpacho enti wotra aeroplane ekọ America 15 years ba no adane pilot onse ha bobie udidi matem na nyansa na onim wotra aeroplane kọ America ba na ya pilot just wafro aeroplane akwa America ba ku mienu miensa na enum da kru koduru airport aeroplane wa no ahwira trema da ya material prema kwa America the intimate me atu Ogotra radio so akasa is different from you understanding the business and what drives a radio station. Two different issues. Then people they understand that philosophy. So quickly they go back, they throw it to somebody. No, actually, paper. And they keep on complaining about stations, and I laugh. I hear them complaining about stations. Now I say, you don't know what is happening. Also complaining. But let me move on. No more crowdfunding them. Oh, John Mama see market, in Swobem. When seen a year, almost 7 years in almost CBO. 7 years na mun sibi jamaa ma nsini ye hwiakai say na esi market ade fun say kai say na esi market really jamaa ma say yenkonkosi airport ewo ho because ho ye ba bia ye betimi abie eho it can become one of the biggest cities. A ben linking here to Togo. Business be koso. Enya obia ne betimi drive businessman bia no person or drive from her to ho in TNC airport. No makofa aigbefo no boys no a payosagide ne peroku jetonum. Mongo ka se eyi nye. Mongo ka se eyi ye friend say airport nye. Omo catch up some go say airport onye no no promise say ye ba ye be si eye keta airport amamo okay omo ba no keta port no ono a omo nsi ye ena omo no dwoma amade aboso ho airport na nadu ne be si ye na nadu ne si ye omo so that say enye the Voltaire's pe any airport 2016 that was what they said. Then fast forward. Nana ne see ye, nanadu ne see ye, nanadu ne see ho airport no. Your mama yanene ye enkuko buo. Kwasi afwankwa from akufu adu to down. Ufa people no. Omo national chairman intim kwasi afwankwa. Omo kasa abodamfo complete. What analyze o masemo wouldn't be biasa way abadam for na no more dealing no, and you must deal with them like abadam for. Almost first argument. Voltaireans in here airport. Almost ba power nanadu ne see ho airport no. Your mama de ne kukobuo. Ubu so am say na 7 years ni keta port no yane de emfa mo ho. Ekra nanadu na si so what they promise the people edi we need power no mo ja to na afa de mo ba eno de aba be si ani na mo no struggle Joma Mercy Bank of Ghana Hospital Bank of Ghana Hospital the day ade ani ade ye and RCC hospitals na come de nkrofo Gan West Hospital come de nkrofo no huye come de nkrofo no huye. So Akufo-Addo went to Peace FM. He couldn't talk about a year projects. Say, oh, your health sector. Or say, common Ghana for. He went to Peace FM in 2016 to go and talk that nonsense, rubbish. Kwasi akekano. Okoka bi wo ewo Peace FM. Oni kwa msifa kan. Oka no no abonyere jojo. Oka no no abonyere jojo. Jiminti onipa ni ahoto jiminti nipa eni ahoto. He was talking about a common nkrofo. Ena ode your friend say Jomama this kind ACC project entunim de omoye I value for money. Jomama projects ni nyina abroso sikana abroso chia project we sia kai chia enya fe project we enya sia pre 7 years now. Ask them, say Gan West Hospital, if Akufo-Addo atimiasi one, say Gan West. If atimiasi one, to say UGMC omo baye, uni omo first say, I say, NDC and UGMC kura generator ni hwe. Omo amfa generator nsiwo, na si we no amfa generator nsiwa, no ya de. Ya ni de generator avesiwo. Abandon for complete. Any political party winning power should do well and close their office at a salam down. Abadan for complete. The only thing they understand in governance, they feel governance is propaganda. Schemings. There. Omo free. On mine in chichiri say ye chichiri on mine. UGMC time na Jomama no de green book any green book no 2016 no ya go trouble no any green book mu oh UGMC si be bia omo boa green book no bibia ni UGMC si be bia omo wini ya no masi aba UGMC ni kura musi ya ampade na generator nsi ho ya ne de generator kosi ho de o see UGMs na anya de de o de generator kosi ho say ono no ye competent na de o see UGMs no ye incompetent we wu modam a ya ka so abodam na wusu ena no bibi pani bi siam kuma se ena bobie ya na de aye no ya bodam say nam so mo abodam we ya santini wa abodam because wono Oya MPP from Panafricanism we Ashanti region. Now so we mean try the bia ba ofia be pehwe. We me busa wo hwe free wo ho. Aboa sa no. Me busa one city kura free wo da. O free ayi mampo akwa no so jama se wo baabi. Now so we me twam a se bibi kura yam ya na me nim fie kura me wura ho. Wo. Me de yasme de mo ye den. Eni say eni wanya de am so ofroko. I say free me so kono ha. Now that me no free e kuro ba ko no wa bodam a. Na wo free say me ma bodam te se wo. Obi asiade esi wo wani tua. At one breath no bibia ni wo. At another breath yani e generator be si wo. Enti ukofa structure ne free hin. E na de generator ne be si mu. Ukofa free hin. Fa na tell us. What bodam? What about them? Rage Hospital. Siakai Rage Hospital no. Ebi swada that way no. A renovation. Say in a hospital. Rage Hospital. 2016 no. Shiakai one more babu la General Hospital gu 3 years now. 3 years now. Oh, Kwame, me pacho, me kaso ma bodam nim say na nya ode no obahwemanim. Kwame wanya bodam sem na ede a. Tell me. Modam ede a. Wa bodam. ono national chairman nyina mo abodam Rage Hospital she akai way Rage Hospital way way project see a value for them there sika no kra abro so omo de la general hospital no omo ansi na yakase sika na abro so omo di sika no omo che sika ni nyina di 3 years now at bare land en kwala boss ball omo che sika na di nyeso omo asi ena bi abro so kra na yakase o e bi abro so omo de adidi omo che sika na di bare land ne da ho owie no akọ Freddy was in Rage Hospital sir ono ye incompetent enipa we umodam na waye dey wabodam let me show you this tell my mama AC sani ma we nyina no me chemo omo anyom tofo no nyuma no omo bo when your mama was doing all this when your mama was doing all this munkotie a friend say ni nyina ye audio nkwa ni nyina dan dia eno lucky dey ram dey send on way Fatuma
Uwie wusi esikwe hu ano na araba
esimpo ayehwe na araba twenanim da wa aye mo nchen ensem no kra ye nto sabi esimpo wa ayehwe o na araba
esi ben
wa yo hu chenchen mo si akwa wa hu nko mo bi mesini esimpo wa ayehwe o na araba usi ejebi we jebi ti ase nti ye mo nku ni mabotre na ubeto ma na ma ye ubeto wagu ya yenso enti ni ye mu pa ni edua ohina okesi ye ne wu tintinti ye nim se obeso dua pa bi sa tenten huro akati esi nchirma mbotom mikobisa ankra oso oni mu hwe mikobisa daddy susu oni mu hwe nti mikobisa mama awo mama
ben
mama boys abre ede na besen wiye mu ama girls letiti ya ebusuanko ya toba ha emebunrin ha yewu afe yarshi toshure jadompe mane anesienshia afunupo wode okaka se na mepe adiso yemu yeduru untu mi nso amobi meswa ise esinala wa yan rimpo na araba esimpo
Uwie wusi esikwe hu ano na araba
esimpo ayehwe na araba twenanim da wa aye mo nchen ensem no kra ye nto sabi esimpo wa ayehwe o na araba
esi ben
wa yo hu chenchen mo si akwa wa hu nko mo bi mesini
Widim time obomo ne ba onwum yi 2012 eya na Professor Mills enya ne baby kono a na John Mahama ene Akufo-Addo be contest no esimpo anya hwe na araba Atamils no mu anya hwe na John Mahama wa mu se abeto wo kwam you see Oma Jimmy, Omo ya di omo nwene won se ade we ya ye no. Da ya di mu twen ye. Ya me ayi like mensan matisi ase wo boda mo se de yo. Oh. Omodam. Me na se mun so obi abeto writer bi so aboda mo de no kwa yare se or something. Esimpo anya hwe na araba. Today, beche ya de Akufo-Addo aya Bawumia efatasi emfanisi so omu nyina akose dem omu nyina se so omu nyina adwane ko dem they are all running away na se omu si no ton bread wo e friend say or the bread cooker mu ton wo Tesano from Tesano then now oko baby adwasafo papa wo no kwabenya Esimpo anya hwe na araba. Mama yasmenya nyo no ba kwa mama. Kwa me dia nkra. Da benya. Mama hwe ampon. Ampon na ball for mo no. Mama here.
Hallelujah. You are the one of Yahweh Elohim.
And I said 2020 yeah.
You have to
so to anyone for watching a well. Then the first 4 years, the Nippon Abadam now old moon to Galam say Dinkwasi and then to one for one. I give me for Bakuni. I give me for Bakuni. Onya Tagada no Sanu Lumba, Chinadiana, Mistress. So I see a quack. Yeah, day. Francis Jai. As one can one tea and I won't teach you. Anybody who goes so a year and Yama. Also, oh, no, Mentias yet. But when they get power, nothing. They won't do anything. Nothing. Omnya power mumfanya she. But obitiswa, they will make sure adia bia wuye bia enye. Yeah, and this for us by me. Enka is the best thing. But every before I hear ama abe say no. Say na esa musumuye bi. You know, NDC, they don't have any problem to commend MPP for some yeah. Recently, your friend say, I've forgotten. I am say one of the tax components, and there was this something in Parliament. An MPP for minority for near Yama, a Kufad withdraw ye, or withdraw ye, minim so Obakaya. Just last week, I mean, who said minority for no issue statement to comment the government, say, why are they? Yeah. Very good. Restrictive bill, no? Yeah, very good. Me wa Madam friend is ni bi frame say me hwe de minority for ne ye enhwehwe animu. Obi na ekofa de anya aba. Wa withdraw. And I make a chance to be honest. And can say ni ebu man, can say ni etna wo man mu. Wonim say ye MPP. And omo ye and ka jomama withdraw ya. No ma be press conference a kire say de omo sinim oman bu. And say de jomama agimi afa. Ka we kro man kan say on withdraw. And kwa withdraw. Onim adwena e di bu oman. Munyini mfiri ho. Yeah, say MPP. That is what they will do. We withdraw ya organize a press conference afre wɔn nkrɔfoɔ no joy wɔn nkrɔfoɔ no wa peace fm ne ade no na wɔn de microphone asi hɔ na wɔn aka ama wiase nyinaa hunu sɛ deɛ ɔmo ama nim nyansa ya wɔde bu ɔman na sɛ nkanyɛ wɔn paa na kan ya ka we nkɔ ɔbaa bɛyɛ o yɛ kan yɛ no wagyae ntubom fɔ ɔman ne ma yɛ but the NDC in parliament just issued a statement ɛbɔ aban na ba so sɛ o wɔyɛ adeɛ sɛ adeɛ wɔ yɛ nyina deɛ no tu mu bi no watwa saa na nke ebu man saa na ɛtena wɔ man mu. So when the guy called me, he said, look at what the minority is doing, Bobie. And I told him that, look, in actual sense, and quite papa nunye. So who say unya ya de pa, ya de papa, unya ya de bonia, ya de bonne. Sana MPPs who and this mo ya de papa, or ya de bonia. That not ye kakran no mine. I had the ya bako phone to me transo in fiafe ball near Quayanum. But when they hate, envy, jealousy, evil, witchcraft, beye, nipa MPP ni beye, bibia omani abre, udi dia na ni hwemu a ehne ya, wo sha atare a ehne ya, ono awia bebre, wo sha baako pe, odi ba ko pe na ehne ya. That is how they behave. Ono omutifia a beye saa bibi obehu bia ye ne ya tam omo tena omo nsa ewo kugyato no ma ne bo amanom se omo nya adwuma da na omo ayeye wo politics mu no se na omo pekwai de samia okunum ne payosagideri UG ahenom aba baye bone yaw ahoya abayfo ntisa ye tua tax ye ka che obi se wo de scan afru wiem sen no akoni krom hene e wo chebi e ho ekura na se omra medidi yen atem se abayfo ma ene nkwasiafo ma ene criticize Akufo-Addo uko busa se kwasi aba ne chen mu a was mentiase ontiase obeye den de na abetumi aye obeye den ede na be tingo bi ya de papa ya bona baso o menua de wuye eye omo de dabi no they won't agree. India masa pen no awura NDC grassroots mu enti wo se grassroots na nia brea se omo peso mo se NDC ne MPP for no ye bibi papa bia eya na nya bibia o ade no Akufo-Addo no ma yi a kire NDC grassroots amo mo se no we say ya nya nuafo na eto o man we mu no it's not true say ya nya nuafo because so no nya wa ekwa odo be fa so no se wunya chance na so so MPP ni ma ni kwa se ojeja ho omo na be kire sa de no yeah omo na be kire sa de no medu be wie nanado asem bia wakwa akoka me pa cho na yi no kan ye se omo ni message no mo ka o se me boss story no so but boss Samira de anima me nanado say okay, so in the first place watch this story. So put the story here for me. Full story no all right. Hello. Okay. Monkailu Al-Hassan, good afternoon, Commander. This Alan watching you from Wenchi in Bono region. Thank you. Freedom Kwaku Jisam is here. Yeah, Monja story, my joy online. Only politicians with no message stoke tribal, religious sentiments. Make sure who Akufo-Addo and Bawumia are. Who they are. Only politicians with no message stoke tribal, religious sentiments. Akufo-Addo. And okay, some way, let me check the dates. I think somewhere last month. Okay, yeah, November 17th, 2023. And there's the story. Ni politicians ni message. Na the tribal and religious sentiment enenam. November 17th. And then I said December say 19th. Okay, say wenra 18th. 17th, 1 month, because I go for what yare. You also me boy. Complete. Who I want to say no aba. Complete. Hwɛ tie the okoka fa Samira hu Zongo. Just listen. Tie. Okonima. O preach say Ghana for nchu every tribal and religious ho na onwa sign nam na oye
by the grace of God.
We okonima
Muhammadu Bawumia wins the presidency in 7th of December 2024. We will have a Zongo first lady in Ghana. So there's a lot of opportunity for, but more. So if by the grace of God, Muhammadu Bawumia wins the presidency in 7th of December 2024, we will have a Zongo first lady in Ghana. So there's a lot of opportunity for, but more. So if by the grace of God, Muhammadu Bawumia wins the presidency in 7th of December 2024, we will have a Zongo first lady in Ghana. So there's a lot of...
Just listen to this man. Oh, Debiano said you sit here no. Now why you fast? Me, I hate such people. People who are hypocrites and very reckless in thinking. They hide their real character and they point fingers at others. I mempe woman some woman circles mukra. I don't like them. Just 17th November, this man is telling the whole Ghana, some politician only message, and I was talking a tribal and religious sentiment. Fast forward, na ojina Nima Zongo. Tell the Nima people, say Nima for Bawumia oye running me oye vice president. Nigeria a friend says ni where Samira yanka say a Zongo girl, but that's okay. I don't have any problem. Omumienu say ni no ma yama aye Nima Zongo communities no. And he said moto aba na so be the president no they can do more. Enkakasa. You don't have any message. Enti Zongo fo benya first Zongo lady, first lady. Look at this. Cheap concept, useless man. Cheap concept, useless man. Meanwhile, now November 17th, no the TV so I catch the whole Ghana say politician only because him Omako Parliament ama Sam George akwa as I'm say as Sam George kan no me say support Sam George udebia wonka wa was won ti ase no na ya be man no kojo Sam George fie say won ti ase na ndisi fobi dwane free asma Sam George kan e dey na Sam George kan ya ehu e dey na kan ya ehu e dey na Sam George kan ya ehu okawie ya no ano no drimika no akwagina ni ma first time you are going to have a Zongo first lady, and so what? And you think Zongos are so stupid? They are fools. Akufo-Addo say, odi 12 years na papa de ne betra e dan no owi aye no mu. Sa fie no ni ma fie no. Na Nigeria fo bi dia. Wankɔ no papa wi aye. Omo mobra o, omo nya dwe o. Omo de ani bread ne krono, grabbing people's things. That's all. No papa de ne betra 12 years. No papa de ne betra 12 years no. Onim ene kona like the search na onim kona bi ase. I'm sorry ba. Osum wawurade. Osum wawurade. Ti tuba no kona bia because ya de o de sempatre ro akọ ba bia. O de okariyo. Unim baby so onim nima lungu no like yes you baby I say yeah tikro my enkramu say enum kona baby we so osom na urade wo no kremu sumo urade wo no kremu na sumo urade a enye nsempatre evangelism adwuma ufiria na de ko a ufiria na de nsempa ne mma enya sa na Jesus aba ka kire say why na enim say o evangelist why na Akufo-Addo woni wo kroma say o evangelist yeah apostle for the ebeto wa bra Yohane enwosra bae so ya beto aya adwuma ya de aba pem na aba akokora ada so yo na nyame frɛ wa onyiwa home onyame otoro nsa frɛ wa ongwa retirement ojirem orazuyo what's now 12 years obedi president changes ben abanima tell us anka you see the UP tradition they always belittle Zongo for arguing that is omo no omo hia eyo omo say omo nim nyansa. What now 12 years? No, the 12 years. It would have find opportunity to know their problems. Obetra so, we win presidency and conform no when you ya now or Piekoto Koko. Ebedi, Enemoma. And I will put more. Oh, now some me almost to a more pyramid house. Yeah. But meaning few awesome. Now me more pyramid house. And when ye omo fra ayi ya fra ne say Apia Stadium ko bu no ofie onyina manim sem Apia Stadium ko o fra me say omo so omra sata no 1 pp mu afra na ala ne ayi na asha ase gidigidi no na mka chen say wo o se an Apia Stadium pie free fie no went me ankase waja MPP wo kwana no o fa ka ko dru pokuyase da o fra me say me nya interview I was some perfect so we jai a MPP. I was that what you are counting jina baby jina gate one na kasa so we jai ka beti pokuase na Apia Stadium e go jina frɛ me na am so we o so pokuase na am so kwa o se na ni kire kumase so what you are kwa ka beti jina ni mu woneka jina sa woti dentemachi kasana nopo mienhwe afenu wo hwere atra ayi dentema afenu ajina se dentema nopo wotu wo nyina frani mu ho siase na yire ye florist ena waye flowers in shirei oh not wo sasa ase so nya odia sasa ase na enya odia. And I know we catch him say down be free power or an entry ewo nima or be come nyina mo makofo akọ we flowers ni nyina na catch so ehun hia. Yeah, why should you do that? Ehun hia, just living. Nima problems. Nima police station na wote ho no. Tete dan no a esiwo no. Sa na esiwo be pemne. Traffic light ase ewo Akufo-Addo ufie anim. Nima, enyam no nananam. Enu ufonso yi fatoso na yi mo bi ehu traffic light eye lead to nima esufi anim ase nima gota kese pa gota kese pa free ufie ekwo kwanwa nima for the so te gota no. You don't have a message. You don't have anything good to say. Tell the people, Bawumia vice president. Now, unim adia kwame. Akufo-Addo kaya eye makoma ya. Wose ye nunti na oti Zongo Development Fund. Na me ka so beto aso abose Zongo Development Fund no ya yesi amamo, ya yesi amamo, ya yesi amamo. Ya yesi wonzongo, ya yesi wonzongo, ya yesi wonzongo through the Zongo Development Fund. I know, sir, washeda amuso ani ajimi for na edili. But sometimes the reason why somebody needs to respond to this man is because when he thinks everybody is a fool, then somebody must let him know that he talks rubbish foolishly. You have set up a Zongo development that the first time. Tell us. Tell them. Say I don't call you too for Kokoya you. My ministers bebre. My yakwa bebre. Any other was you. No. Put him under scrutiny. Tell us. Just point to things. Your mama called too for. Osina na maye say ayewe ewa ha no abokru no mayewe no abo mayewe no abo no ayewe ha so tell us Osina na maye say ayewe ewa ha no abokru no mayewe no abo gata we ben no ebe no gata we okay so therefore you two things. We video emi na me take here na me gina ne fie animu ho Akufo-Addo animu woni yankasa wo mo traffic light na ahye onima police judge it was a police for no more directed traffic
yes
but that way na dan
da nima inside on free nima market eba oko akra girls
oh okay
yes
and say ebe no
yeah ben no
edu ahu wahu
said ono aka say onim
corners
yes
go radio hot talk radio be fam
yes ebe honom no
sa get to radio be fa ke audio be ko
said also nim all get to so
yeah because how evangelism zone onima
go efe
Texas. So this is the situation. Now should tell the Nima people. Say Nima way. Say ni na maya mamo. Hwe ba bia nkrofada insisi nkrofada. This is the traffic light. We are not lying. You created a fund just to steal the money in the name of Zongo Fund. Thank you, Aya. You can show one thing. Thank you. What do you mean show idea ba kokra nchire? Say Zongo Development Fund say and that is the reason why the Zongos will vote against Akufo-Addo. Yeah, Bawumia de no yiye. The okoka say bomo nkrofo ntie. Omusu obi oni message. Meanwhile, so na any message, they don't have the.
Look at what will benefit our people. Let's look at what will benefit our people. I have been selected partly because I'm a Muslim. So I'm selected because I'm one of you. I'm not representing myself, I'm representing all of us. So please support. Let us make a difference in Ghana in our generation. Thank you very much for that. Look at what what will benefit our people. Let's look at what will benefit our people. I have been selected partly because I'm a Muslim. So I'm selected because I'm one of you. I'm not representing myself, I'm representing
religious sentiments. Omuni bibi account. They have nothing to say. Omuni bibi account. Star 413 hash sika chadie. Kwame na say 1,000 Ghana na say 2,000. 1,000. And you be 1,000. Me ba try na your many pa buy 15,000, 10 million obia. Bronya aba. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. See, I'm just catching there. Anche, me bomb me first a year winner. More bet ki abambe nipa 100 no, a be farm 10 million. Friday ni 50 million no, 50,000 no. 28th next the following week. Cash bay. I done the member. Member house ma. I bet me tight. Politics of deception. Almost 30 years. They deceive people. For Alan Trematin and a host of MPP members to run away from that party should give you a clear picture. Now they have seen the light. Evil characters been come together and they formed that MPP. Some evil characters, evil forces. They can lie, they don't care. They kill, they murder people, they don't care. I'm just hoping and praying on Yamema Yankwa. Now buying sasa. Na kwa kuba kunu me complaining. Look at contracts almost inside. This lithium contract, even University Teachers Association, they are talking. What's the main here? Criminals, akron share contractor, a friend is a finance ministry, Aquaside with SML company. Say MPA for Ejuma Kwame, Ejuma MPA na you. See a for private company so omra meye. Sa na omkofa Mackenzie every South Africa. Ejuma GRA for ye. Almost Mackenzie for omra meye. E the workers free South Africa. E the omo aba na Ghana ha emrantie ya omo wie accounting school. Omo nya adwuma nye. Omo ne nam ho. Aw. Omo wie na kufa do sia bebu say Dabi akwa na no se boya no asafmafo no abebu say unemployment is overwhelming overwhelming say adwuma GRA ye eyan ka some for more hands mo ye no you went to South Africa to go and bring Mackenzie so mumra ye na training Ghana ni no ya Kwame enye mfaso de mo man no onipa no oni Ghana he ya mutwa mu ko Zongo for us, wow, here, Oba Casa Mobia catch us, oh, Yakola Bonnie, and I won ye. Panibia Tibia on what bottom or who was one ye. No more we a Nippon now, just idea where you ask yourself, say, ain't a Nippon now, Motia by no man, answer moi. You went to South Africa to go and pick Mackenzie. GRA, Juma GRA for you. No, Ediama, a foreigners. No, omo workers aba because Obenyane cat $500,000, $1 million, $3 million. Sika krono enibre kwasi asem. Ejuma MPA for ye. Wasimi ma MPA for nye. Medibema eye private company SML. Omo no mra meye. Obi e ka se jai ade na wo ye ni jai osimeye. adwuma ayi yafra ne say lithium asem obi a catch say lithium no jai lithium no emfa won sanka jai na contract no nye na ono saa boy bi na ne ti sa adwe no o free latte no kwase aboy no sefa ka training no akotra PCFM keka kwase asem no ne ti sa adwe odwa ongo hwe latte kwae kwasiasa akotra PCFM say ono de ono politics na oye no so oba na so ope 5 cedis aye no no de be ma ono de onfa ho na ono kwasiasa ano akotra PCFM say omo kasetia lithium no contract ni nyina no omo ni adwuma ye kwa bi ya hwe sa tape no ma me sa aboaje asanwan tape no say omo criticize lithium no contract ni nyina no omo ye lazy people unemployed people omo ni adwuma ye Catholic Bishop Conference catch them say ade no enye University Teachers Association they catch them say enye various groups will catch them say ade no enye na ono akola we kwasi aboy we ya ubusa no adwuma kora wonya bi da no catch Catholic Bishop Conference for say they are lazy people ntina omo ka eye lithium contract no wasem obi ahwe say NDC time ena fellow for suko achi na so obi ekoka asasem we a mi donyame nka kroma nka de besi nye NDC for agya ma de we ekọ just like that kwasia we jimi for to say aboaje asanwan ofri latte aboasa no close it Kwame
with us again. I am speaking to you in the spirit of the season from Conakry over radio Guinness Voice of the Revolution. In spite of your suffering and humiliation, I wish that you could have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is normally a festive occasion, but on this year's Christmas Day, Ghanaians cannot help reflecting what a fateful year this has been for them. You have seen an unfortunate and sordid chapter in your history. It's a chapter of treachery and betrayal, of greed and hypocrisy, of cant and blunder. It is dark days for Ghana. It is exactly 10 months today when certain officers in the Ghana Army and Police turned their guns at the very constitution and legal government which they solemnly swore on their honor to protect and defend. You know that anyone who is capable of such an outrageous betrayal of trust for no reason at all could never have been motivated by the true interests of the people. Events in Ghana since then have confirmed this beyond any doubt. Within 10 short months, the traitors who make up the so-called National Liberation Council have shown that it was their morbid lust for money and power and their desire to escape from the just consequences of their corruption and crime which made them commit such despicable acts of treason against the state and the people of Ghana. When you look around yourself, their only achievement has been the sordid reversal of Ghana's development and progress. In these 10 months, a lot of lying propaganda and calumny has been manufactured by the so-called National Liberation Council. You have also been told a lot of nonsense by this notorious Liars Council about the state of Ghana's economy. Far from the gloomy picture of doom which the so-called National Liberation Council have been at pains to paint in order to deceive you, there has never been anything like the present state of mass unemployment and hunger which the last 10 months of National Liberation Council misrule and mismanagement have brought upon Ghana. Thousands have been forcibly dismissed or laid off from their jobs. Mass unemployment has mounted so high to a stage unprecedented in our history. Let the unemployed, therefore, mobilize themselves and fight for their rights. Under me, all workers receive their pay regularly, and all state enterprises and organizations function normally and satisfactorily. In fact, 10 short months ago, the standard of living in Ghana was one of the highest in Africa. What is the position today? Ghana's standard of living has fallen drastically. The cost of living has gone unthinkably high. Ghana's foreign reserves have entirely disappeared. The value of Ghana's currency has fallen hopelessly. In one of my broadcasts to you from here, I warned that the opening of Ghana borders, if not planned carefully, would lead to economic troubles. Today, Ghana's cocoa is being smuggled to neighboring countries with disastrous consequences for the people of Ghana. Cocoa, the large center of Ghana's economy, is in jeopardy, all because of the stupidity of the notorious Liars Council and their ill-meaning advisors. Ghana is now in a mess, economically and politically, under the so-called National Liberation Council. Men and women of Ghana, I know your troubles. Stand firm and organize. continue your resistance wherever you are. I have faith in you. We shall not have fought so far and achieved so much, only for us to stand looking unconcerned while a clique of deceivers and self-seekers do all in their power to turn the clock back. We shall not sit idle to see your hard-fought-for achievements being destroyed by this traitorous clique before your very eyes. Fellow countrymen, chiefs and people, comrades and friends, Christmas is here with us again. I am speaking to you in the spirit of the season from Conakry over Radio Guinea's Voice of the Revolution. In spite of your suffering and humiliation, I wish that you could have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is normally a festive occasion, but on this year's Christmas Day, Ghanaians cannot help reflecting what a fateful year this has been for them. You have seen an unfortunate and sordid chapter in your history. It's a chapter of treachery and betrayal, of greed and hypocrisy, of cant and blunder. It is dark days for Ghana. It is exactly 10 months today when certain officers in the Ghana Army and Police turned their guns at the very constitution and legal government which they solemnly swore on their honor to protect and defend. You know that anyone who is capable of such an outrageous betrayal of trust for no reason at all could never have been motivated by the true interests of the people. Events in Ghana since then have confirmed this beyond any doubt. Within 10 short months, the traitors who make up the so-called National Liberation Council have shown that it was their morbid lust for money and power and their desire to escape from the just consequences of their corruption and crime which made them commit such despicable acts of treason against the state and the people of Ghana. When you look around yourself, their only achievement has been the sordid reversal of Ghana's development and progress. In these 10 months, a lot of lying propaganda and calumny has been manufactured by the so-called National Liberation Council. You have also been told a lot of nonsense by this notorious Liars Council about the state of Ghana's economy. Far from the gloomy picture of doom which the so-called National Liberation Council have been at pains to paint in order to deceive you, there has never been anything like the present state of mass unemployment and hunger which the last 10 months of National Liberation Council misrule and mismanagement have brought upon Ghana. Thousands have been forcibly dismissed or laid off from their jobs. Mass unemployment has mounted so high to a stage unprecedented in our history. Let the unemployed, therefore, mobilize themselves.
Here, my first winner, CMG Sika Achede, 10 million. Hello?
Hello, Bobby.
Eja?
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 Two. What for the boko?
Eja, me that say. Why are there?
What? And now what you say?
And name it 40 cedi per.
And I bomb my say
1,000 cedi cash.
10 million.
Cash.
Kai, bro, you bro, you
my problem, Bobby.
Oh.
Me that say. Me the bro, and papa. Me send you the why?
Cause I don't trust you. Just catch it when you budget. Why? All right, all the best. Congrats. Okay, so that's it. Patro, and then me check on one channel temwa and me can't say na kwabna say anything. Star 413 hash ube follow a steps no a bomb mawa team one our chrono 10 million na on ucha didn't tamwa and a fan tamu to the traway. All right, so I have Asipa executive director here Ora Mensa Thompson chama akwaba
ejami joso
I for akwaba Listo, when you akwaba.
All right, I was very surprised when you mentioned his name without the Mr. because it's not easy to attain that height.
Okay. Sorry.
So, in fact, for and on behalf of my client, Mr. Mensa Thompson,
Yes, sir.
I would want to subpoena you before the Sahindri, where you would have to answer questions as to why your mindset derailed from mentioning the Mr., which has not just come easily. You know?
Council, but your sermon many Mustafa. You know someone at the other table, a brava so.
Mustafa has never missed calling him Mr.
Anyway, Mr. Mensa Thompson.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'm still Mensa Thompson.
This is Mr. Mensa Thompson with Mr. in hyperbole. Hyperbole. A gargantuan.
Congo to say.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
come on.
Maybe I call so come on.
It's
so say Mensa Thompson. I beg for man. No, be a testing me. I want to say Mensa Thompson go Wari Congo. Wari Congo evermore. Evermore. Go chiffon ko da. Yeah, no muti kuruma.
But
Onia,
come on, him say. Let me say,
Vive also the above. I didn't know you were such a darling.
No, Mensa Thompson, girls in the region home.
By many of
no, no, sir. Minim, Omani John.
Minim. Na adenema, adenagana for mama Ukrasa.
Minim, worry me for my afena, then a mabbe Wagana. I'm saying, may be.
Muchiche. Maybe the boss of Crabum female.
May be.
Union we cross again, you didn't park over maybe.
Oh, Granny.
Oh, yeah, no, Ati Magdalene. Hey, Mr. Thompson, my crush. Hey,
yes,
you say no, who say, so one take steps be wabra bomua. Oh, Kabna. Emma, wadofo crane you muti impia bonting.
So,
me crano, my imagine say my announcement, but me the end any reality. Na me ye no my mom dog. Oh, we think Odian and no. There would no Obaka say one who adofo.
Oh, to India now,
Kazakhstan. If you are make Uzbekistan.
What are see a vapor so you can na I watch it.
If you Uzbekistan, na you call Pakistan.
You
na if you Pakistan, na yabahinfa. How many stands do we have?
Can stand.
But all the stands, the most adorable stand I know in this world is Standubi.
Stand.
Very hardworking.
Standubi. Oh, task. Listen, Uniana, or you now. Anyway, so Oria, Akwaba.
Yeah, Kwabna, Mamicha, Ghana Funya, ne, or more. Sending me messages and wishing me well and all that. Also, Omo a time enemy too coin. Say I'm a ready.
Yeah.
Obafi and the koye and one now say a corner koye.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ma Obia Nami Bakwa my baby big class or Hanagana Fosso.
Hano, and yes, I'm the chairman here.
Eti meda obi bia se obi o send message bia na mame nka se enye se me pega na for mass there be enye am say a lot of
It's the most highlighted.
Yes. For Ubiaya, oh, Nadena, Ghana former baby, Nana. Menyebi. Menyebi. Missumishi Shemuno. Dear Missumi Missatos. And Sabio, Yenina, no, ye Nipabako.
In fact, Prophet Nekraka said, the vision no nine, not on Fimpadi any mind.
Prophet Benekata.
Oh, do I have the prophet? Okay, maybe I'll be texted.
Well, now where you been?
But honestly, I didn't know. Say, I had a lot of people here who really liked me. I didn't know. I don't
know that they like me
until say my wife messages and I'm saying, oh, Menya where?
Mister Minim just said they like me.
But you know, I'm a Panafricanist. I believe in the African dream. I am also a pragmatist. I know, say, I mean, there's the Biayakasa about uniting the continent, uniting Africa.
Magdalene say, I'm breaking Akuma.
Oh, Magdalene, sorry.
Say no.
You stole
me dear, me mama hoswa straight Papua New Guinea.
Three City Mafia.
Papua New Guinea. Confirm if you want. Oko Three City. Me de bada mu nyame twa tra kuroma bro. Whom you are not
you know, yeah. But you see,
you say, a dear pa, dear poor.
But on a serious note, see, culturally, we are one people, though.
Yeah.
You know, the culture, the food, everything, we just one people.
The same people.
We're just divided by artificial boundaries.
That's all.
That's all. We are just one people. You know, I mean, there's nothing different. I mean, and yet,
say the same.
The same. Said oba ho ade e Ghana sa. The same process.
Yeah.
You know, so it shows say we are just one people. We're just one people, and you know. Yama akosi broni ede entawantawa na say French for monkofa British for monkofa and normally kasa chicheyemu, and we are not able to unite the continent to be able to achieve the benefit as a continent in the achieve.
You're right.
It's I have so much respect for Ghanaian women. I love Ghanaian women. My mother is a Ghanaian, my sisters, everybody, you know. But the Nyankopon and I'm very grateful because she's a very lovely lady. The family too, a very, very lovely family. And I think said they saw how lovely, you know, the family was and everything.
And so, Bana, I had the only enough for Nebeba.
Aye, and here was your phone.
Nebusia for you, almost Baba Bijano.
On Babijano. It hope for her.
Okay, so the Nakia says, so all for you, especially your borders to speak your mind. I owe you fufu with some goat soup this Xmas. Why? Damba says, yes, me too. I believe in Panafricanism. That is why I married a Gabonese girl, and I'm proud of my wife. Okay, so you have a brother here, Charlie.
Yeah.
Beneza, I remember the very day my wedding was announced in church. One lady walked up to me saying, so you all this while I've been here, why do you think I've been hanging around? Meanwhile, there is a lady I approached and she turned me down. Not once, not twice, so many times. Where I go get my own tea, they can't talk nonsense. Okay, so now says as for Bobie, his destination is voter rating. That is why he can pronounce the names of the Nah, please, I beg you. Me free voter region, baby, Mr. Me dancing foot to crab appropriate. I beg you, go you. I say, Nkrumah self go Egypt, that answer. Oka Congo, our co. Such a cent. All right, so Audumon says, Bobienie, you will catch one of her friends. Oh, who's there? Crawford had the agro about me.
About you.
Yes.
With the agro.
Yeah. A young pampa. Anyway, yo, Aquaba. Christmas we to say street to say
I think say mama chat for
omojoso
na menchia menua mensa Mr. Mensa Thompson owura Mensa Thompson na me mona baso ne akukodo ne nseyo ade a esefata se ye nyina as enuanom no yehu se eye obramu asem se ye nyina no yebetwa saasa no anye bia no enane eja edijaye se yenso ebesua se ne yehu akan no se obema beja ne na eneja na odi akubo nti on behalf of all of us mesumebo abaso se utu anamopa yesire nyame nhira ne nkwapa ne ahoden edemawo ne wo ho kani kwabra Christmas Usemiano where
I just asked about the town.
Where I come from no I was trained not to be someone that celebrates Christmas and all that, but I grew up knowing say akoye ewiase afefe dia se bi enya dia nyankopon chiri na bibia, but Christmas way I think is the worst of all. So we share omo muframa no ne ba Ghana no a eno de I think say ebinum ani age Ghana ho. The only policy a mejidi say aban we aya medical abo omo abaso wo akufado amemu mu nyina eye sa before na say black Americans ne blacks elsewhere in the world that omo etimia ye program bia etimi di omo abagana. I think say one of my brothers is it Kodwantwinom na yes program, and if I'm not mistaken it has brought a lot of people down and beyond their return and so no idea abua.
No, but I think this program has been there for years.
Well,
Rollins started with emancipation.
No, I'm saying, sir.
Then gateway to Africa.
Abai way. Say, oh, paddy papa bia obaye. I was so twice or one twice. Any day I was so twice or what twice. I think this is about the only one I know. What you say? There's nothing better or good about this government apart from that. We now ama nipa bagana no, but busa hu say obi frama no ne ba wo man mu abedi bronya wo na wo ti wo man we mu no bronya no wo di bia na eno brings up a question ebe magana ni ehu say
so Rollins and
Panafest yeah. Akufado no omo nwe omanfo ho omo dwen timamufo ye foreigners any obi a on free man mu ana say obi a omo ejiri say like womo ne eni akansie what you say se Ghana ni eye yi a anase odi yie na otene mamu na nani gye a Akufado ne reho, but so hoho any gye wo ne mamu a nani gye, and that is demonic. Kwara minim Ghana ni apart from omo ya kronfo omo wa ban we mu ni ayonkofo ni anuanom a omo awieska minim Ghana ni bia wo se afi we owo the luxury to do some expenditure ebe buama ne ho atono. Kware Accra of all places kwabra eni kwan se nkene ene ye busumi da toso dunson yesa echina dunwotwe aya ye koyenim kwabra busa ho se ene dunkuno rada busa ho se 19th of December sign nanka wo nim se ekrom se se nka wo bai nanka ni kwan se nka wo timi ba easily
yeah
kwabra ko akra akɔhwɛ
hwe
why hwe there's no traffic it is na akwabi MPP ni bi ti radio bi so I don't want to give any eulogy to the person's name na ote radio so say police for na aboama traffic na easy how the police for say ma obi en tuka mpi abonten bi ekro ni mo ye hwe kwabra obi ni kapre
yeah
se si e sabi wo ma ba ku mienu miensa enan anase wo de oba ba ku pekura kwabra you are not thinking about Christmas because right after Christmas school fees
and before that no mo kankola no she school mo force ebinim do mo ba ko school just last week and ochina Wednesday they are going to pick them
SHS
and America no
what I say
yeah
what force on kola mo ma ko school just about 2-3 weeks or betina fie till March because opese wo ka wo try on record so say ya far from 1-4 na sebi say what adu chumkura wa bon say wo say na ko school kura nka wo no entika wo yedo watchman kura nka wo qualify enti no wotiti wiase na bonne we making so wo hwe plans a nipa ba akopɛ one ne family trips ahodo a omo abuku na ebi ho a menimu a pabna baby a me medi agro community nka ho asem pii areho oh and it's so sad say akwaye bibi se woni bi no nipa no kura nka bi anka are chichire fa ni nipa ho no ono kura mpo no se wusu kura no oye ne mo na oye ne mo so it's so sad oh ene that same person no also discuss say every Christmas has not been better than the previous since time memorial but I beg to differ. I do remember when I was a kid every Christmas was better than the previous when I was a kid.
Now no say omo twi ka ko omo ji
oh enti no say ekoba say
onim say omo twi ka ko omo ji
ene say yesi ye de nkokɔ kra akokɔ keke ye mfato ho a so mama penso na akokɔ no enu 20 cedis fane say me pe broiler na me top broiler 20 cedis 22 cedis 25 cedis enu no kra 100 cedis a wo to 9 enti wo kra timi ye party kra mo bi be ye den e ba wi bi ene 100 cedis na de to nkokɔ 9 no enti mi nto akokɔ baako wo pe broiler unkra 150 cedis eno kra mpo no nipa no ode achew nikonom eno moto nkokɔ ye friend say 150 cedis eno kra no broiler no ode achew enti unkra 150 cedis a kwabra how would you say this okope akokɔ funu so kra mpo kwabra
say box no be at 350
360 na say me kwa akopa akokɔ funu bi akoya ade ama na me koya akokɔ funu ye me say om de om nchemie no a eno kwa 100 and something
yeah
cedis kapiko to broiler kra nka me gidi se nkeye oh enti no me nunu ye ho nsere me ganefo no ade ba kwa ade bia me pese nyina ye hu ne se ewiase ye bobra koye nim oh ena ye de ye na anya o ya ye nya ofaye we obi MPP shia kola or shia texter oba betra ha oba text ya ba oh Christmas we because the refi say 300 cedis and say bia for say maximum ko jo pon kroma tutu I'm 1,000. What do you find? Say, I'm 1,000. 500.
I'm saying
to the best of your knowledge.
Say 500.
500.
Say 300. Say
500.
And it's tabletop.
Say
no. You have be chada pa no.
Wow. Say no. O the 500 ni pie ne. O mabro nya tare saying. Akoko be no be we. Wo de fa no so to akoko funa ma no. Eti ya na nipa bi jimi a na me kyerɛkyerɛ mu a me pese me kama a prick in the conscience ma ne hu se wono na wa ma o sa sika no busa sa ne yere ne ne ma wei omo nyina akɔtena America omo nyina akɔtena beyond this country eti no adan na wo be ma wo ho kwan ma obi agimi wa kopim se ene wo don sa sumu ano aye kufo do mobile phone woni kapre yama 500 sefa kodi bronya obema na po fans because na ponso person o running mate na ponso so a text a send ni momo e bi 1,000 obekwa akoye aduchum nipa ba ko o say no running mate no de o mu dididie share callers no okwa o ona bo aduchum me ye on campaign o into o ma bie si do account into what the way account A ye napo or the B ye o say mensa or the C ye your friend so opoku nyina unse Bawumia de na kwa mama no de into omo ya kodu account EF no the list necessary
opoku nyina ko so omo nyende
so running
one no propose ma
tikui opoku nyina demon no tikui so these are things that are reality I want some me nyina as a people no yehu ye hwe ya setinem
all right
na ye hwe se ne e betimi abeta no from ye how are you woman but ye tena say ya na ye mane ye te say e normal okodwomu a me se ma me bi a o ma me ka me ya ka say tia no o say aban bie ni wono mu a obeba o man ni beye papa na sa na obi abebe ye we busa ne few questions o say se mahama ba aden o discover say ibotuma na me say there bi but se mahama ba na uton ye to a ubenya mfaso ama wo banso so anya so mfaso ba se sie ya wote ha wo ton a ye nto me ba ya wo bo ne buoyi me hu se ne buo de miniska me de beto ana me kira wo se eye duty ene nioma akosoro ma nioma bua ye den enu ntina ye tempenten kwa na mahama ba ye no duty no tete so na se mahama time no na ye contain out ya sen afi ono agina hanu ma se na eye mom na se aden na wo se obi ka kire wo se dwene ansa na wadwen bi busa no se aden na wo se me nya dwadini ma ye bi da but aden na wo se me ba be ka kire wo a wo di dwane se dwene ansa na wadwene enu nti na kwati ha mo jimi we etimi be yes me kwa akoye ayi ama ma be restrict omo ye importer enka jimi we betimi aba be na obi a wo ye importer wo na wo ama economy we ene atrive akodu ba bia aduro sebi enka wo ni ho anka o man we nka abo keti ha mo jimi we etimi koye krata se
na hesem kwasi asem se me omo no ka kire ye se
me be restrict
passport every 100 Ghana equal 600 Ghana no na omo atoto passport mu na keti amo ejina parliament se adwadifo akire omo nteto omo ne ema so
we oye minister
we oye no central government no eso ono no enema boa ye din into atoto passport mu because cover any paper ne ade ne boa ye din to atoto passport mu passport book e de 640 cedis from 150 we say to 640
we catch as passport untu kan koje
owie ya ono central government owie na ketia monjira parliament say I got the photo by the body. But the other body, oh, I say, book of the free. What
that's a bien in the trim. Bakukra, Nasa Bakukran in the trim. Ah, wait. O catch and say Penia Jimia, Obebusa so did Penia, Nakas and Kola, my Jimino, Omunia Newu. Wait, Jimmy, wait, minister of state, trade. Oh, and unim de jomo yes ano. They just want to insult Alan. Say, oh, and you cry, you man, and you may be a Katie create me a or you cry where Jimmy create me a minister. That's all they want to tell Alan. So when you're in your portfolio, Papa Biao, Katie Hammond, Papa Bia, oh, Katie Grana, oh, hey, Katie Jimmy, where Jimmy Crown create me a minister for trade and Alan they then. Where your portfolio? That's all they want to tell him. I feel now, oh yes, I know, good for come. Omusu because omo yusu Katie Hammond Jimmy for no I'm a busuani per se omo eu sepo traders adwuma importers adwuma enti enyoma boa ye din wo dwom bra adwadifo bre atofo bre a omo bre ene ukokora so mfamfiri wa ne yamtime hye no kane no so kwa akotimi di friu enyenyenye kura no na nkomtimi di friu ene wodi friu a obusa se na odi friu na chi na dollar ne kosoro a wabegye san wo ho ene ma na de ngu dem na dollar ne kosoro a watum
mami amramo bi
let us reason as a people we enye book bia yem yusu ya adwen the power of the talent no it's about the brain nyankopon o say o ma ba ku num o ma ba ku mienu no o ma ba ku de o ma ni num no obo ho ma ne yedu o ma ni mienu no o ma obo ho ma ne ye nan na de o ma ne ba ku no tutu from the share ho eye wa adwene o otutu wa adwene de share from akufo do we obi a wa bon sei no no abedada we ne wo wi asa ko gyina se me de Bawumia ebre ho unyimi a etibusa ho pass ye busa se o president ne wan aka se Bawumia we are the biggest fool in the world o president ne hwan obi obeto Obama Bawumia busa se o president ne wan aka Bawumia you are the biggest fool in the world because let us hear the year won anya wo ya yan to wo so ne jimi na mu no tenemu ana se bi nebo eya.
One quick comment from Badasu Emmanuel says, congrats to Tommy for representing the brotherhood at the AU.
Oh.
Okay, so nice one there. Anyway, so Tommy, your initial comment.
Tommy Abasuna, Obi atro se omo ya mane kwado.
Onko, se yemfa from there ko. Yo. Ni bro bre kra. Anyway, so your initial comment. Onia, baby adbefe bia.
Yo kabna me dase ma men chat for bio MCT for a time and catch me nyam messages bebre na men say why you so quiet now has MPP giving you money, why are you so quiet?
Wujabi me say
questions that
messages Nigeria say mensa no so akwaji bia na nam so akwaji den
just say na all manner of questions and then say why this Mr. Mo me NPP ni be no bet me see me nim so obra me kapre kra, you know, until I was just away, you know, for some time until maba but kabna me follow events happening in the country, from the lithium deal to, you know, some of the economic issues, you know, the fallouts in the debate of the 2024 budget in Parliament, and it's a ridiculous policy Katie Hammond kofa baye, you know, and I was shocked to some extent, you know, especially me hunu your friend is saying sir restrictions now on the bar for traders no.
Yeah.
Say they want to cut the wage bill, the import bill. And you know, one of the ways they want to cut the import bill, and they say now they are going to restrict the importation of certain items. So I wanted to understand the policy rationale until I dug in. I did a lot of research onto what they want to do. And if you look at policy now, what they call Parliament now, they do not only want to restrict the importation of certain materials.
But then you want to give us
something that yes. But no, it should tell you the thinking of these people.
Warning.
Yeah, and I make us say you know the real information that almost actually yes. However, you want to open our eyes on
what they were trying to do. What they were trying to do, and the same. They were only interested in how much money these traders were making from the imports. On say, Ofa cold store, the Kufado family controls the cold store, the frozen food business.
Really?
Yes. Through the Amadi cold store.
They have done that and even
they control them.
They wanted to kill Abianca.
So
And Labianca is angry now.
So they control the frozen foods, the coastal, the importation of those frozen foods. You know. Sika wumpa, because if you look at the consumption of frozen food in this country, the consumption of rice, sugar, and those grocery items, you know. And I'm saying, na adena sa sika we nyina eko nkofo botom. Why don't we restrict it? Until they were going to restrict it, and now I say, so pese okra emo esichire eba Ghana, tea tomatoes eba Ghana, ko Minister for Trade normal license. Until every year no minister na betena say no afre wo bobi bra wo mama allocation o de your friend is saying 100,000 metric tons of sugar na beba. List over wo mama allocation o de 50,000 metric tons of rice na beba. So apart from mono obi antimi crash chire ana mo emagana. So that means that the money that could have gone into these private people are almost so ever Ghana for Juma no. It created jobs for people, no. That money would have gone into the cronies able to. That is all they wanted to do. And you see, a hono, and then this is eba. Because consumption, the amount of sugar we consume, rice we consume in this country, our importation of rice is hitting almost $1 billion per annum. How much we spend on the importation of rice and sugar. And imagine all this money going into the pockets of financiers in an election year. So all the money is going to go into their pocket to finance the 2024 campaign.
Yeah.
That was the whole agenda behind that particular policy. It's not about, because there's no way you can solve the exchange rate problem with this ridiculous policy. But you wonder, say, Sir NPP are buying this way, Kwabna. Omo irrational, omo policy direction, omo principle anything. Because you know say, listo, maybe I will bet material. Mo party, no say mo you capitalist. You are liberalist. You believe in trade liberalization.
It's supposed to be. Don't
more,
say we believe
in
but as in
mo you capitalist. As a capitalist party there.
Senyaseni di animua kanisa. Senyaseni di party n'animua. But se okwasia Jimmy abua dwan Jimmy di animua. Eno so ni subanko nti party kanisa.
No, but you see, every party wants an ideology.
It's not cast in stone.
Yes.
It depends.
You know, say NDC is a socialist party. You know, say NPP is a capitalist party. The capitalist party, they believe in trade. You know, open market. They allow the factors of demand and supply to determine prices on the market. But Kwabna,
because to the core, capitalism. No, we have believed that every state answer na ubenya bibi e dia ba omanfo ana oman ne ho bra no. Ade so omanfo na dia ma.
Exactly.
Enu nti no ye point ni say ma omanfo ni ye. Se na be ya oman no so betimi adi.
Exactly. Enti no Kwabna.
Enu nti na me timi being capitalist.
Yes, but how do you
now kofa avoid anymore.
But how do you reconcile say such a trade restriction policy is being introduced by a capitalist party?
But do you think he is a capitalist? He's a capitalist.
So the ideology in here, because it looked when I saw, I said, this is so confusing. And the NPP for say, what is their ideology? What is their political ideology?
Family and friends ideology.
Because you see, he has made a very good, solid point, and it's a very good argument. Kufo, why Juma or block factory? Why Juma when him send you see to a ton? Unim seni ye business. Ekufado prior kra your friends saying toothpick kra no on crabin tonda.
Anyway,
and you know sometimes it becomes like any party ideology no. So ka party ni ideology there and come in baby say why would they now believe in socialist ideologies like free SHS?
Yes, but you see on say party bia on him say no political party practices absolute capitalism or absolute socialism.
Yes,
so you know, even in the NDC, socialists, no, you know, they believe in certain sort of capitalist ideologies.
Why not?
You know,
did they not build
yes.
They built
24 hour policy now. You see, it's a capitalist inclined ideology.
Yes.
You know, to revive the economy, you know, create trade and opportunities for people. But in paper, you know, the extent, you know, you know, it's either you know, center left or center right. What you say? The extent of, you know, until you find that the whole government as a whole, no, formal policies are there will be just 70% socialist policies, about 30% capitalist policies. And offer a typical capitalist party say NPPR, you should see about 70% capitalism and then about 30% socialism. And so it is not wrong for a capitalist party to introduce socialist policies or to be seen to be yes. But when a so-called self-acclaimed capitalist party begin to introduce policies that are alien, that are at par with the principle of capitalism, then you wonder what really is their political ideology. It means they are lost. So the NPP party now is a confused political party. They don't know where they stand.
That's true.
They don't know where they stand. And so how can we allow a party which cannot even tell us this, be decisive on its political ideology, continue to lead the country? So on what basis are they going to govern the country? Because the party is confused.
Very high.
How are they going to run the government? Which direction are they going to take the country? Which direction?
When you're confused, that your economy, a whole economy, say brabesha so. When I doctor in economics. Now, fe we ya was me jay no ato. John Mahama na digitization ama Ghana for any agye hunti. Afa no abomebo. To say aba we free sura behwe form.
Eno kra no po no nya na wo ye. Chese enye se ne papa bia sa. Wo de wano na nam na ohun se esolo su kofa ba na ma ye na wakwa na so. Oye announcer ko announce digital policies no akọ announce today we are going to do school feeding program is going to be digitalized. How do you digitalize school feeding program? What the internet in the day ever tell you an question kwanenum.
Scan kra wuntu. Wo bo mu do an scan kra wuntu.
Woman kwala kwabna enkwala no school feeding no. I'm say 1 cedi 20 pesos.
Ya no kra mu ntua.
1 cedi 20 pesos kwabna omo ye na prisoners kra mo dansa wom. Ha okwa ye feed om 1 cedi 20 pesos. We are also you are going to digitalize school feeding. And you know, you see that they are just confused. They are just confused. They don't know. Even the direction of the political party itself, they have absolutely no idea how they are going to do that. I think, sir, you know, this year it's been a very difficult year for Ghanaians. Especially the last quarter. And can normally, you know, and can get into the last quarter, na yananka and no go kakra. But if you find a whole nation like Ghana, na yewure nyina abani every nyina she second tranche of the $600 million facility and IMF at the break. And now and throw mko try IMF for IMF for say first can my they want to do a final audit in January. And sana or more approval says.
So that money, what is happening? Tell us.
So come on, say we've been sounding the alarm bell about how they've been cooking figures for a long time. They IMF program no. Data omode come IMF for e dey convincing IMF for say they qualify. They can complete the debt exchange program. They can restructure our public debt and put the country back on a sustainable fiscal path. Say, they told me to come on in But because the country was almost in a very dire situation, no, the IMF approved the first tranche of facility for us. So the approval of the second tranche was going to be based on a forensic audit they've done on the first document, IMF for, no, and then also the success of the debt exchange program. IMF for the movie after the first tranche, you know. By your first assessment, you know, they were not convinced. They came down. They were here for about 3 weeks. They met everybody. They met civil society. They met the opposition, NDC. You know, yes, they met Ira John Mahama. They met the minority leader. They met a number of stakeholders. You know, but Ira John Mahama is a very fine gentleman. One him say all his interactions. All his interactions with the IMF, he was very supportive. Say IMF for no emwa or minor. He was very, very, very supportive. Really? And, yes, and I was shocked. He was very, very supportive. Oh, and
today, let me drive you around small, right? You see this building? You see this building? The first tranche chopping. You see this building? That one to them. Is Legon. Me from the best sandbox. Hey, come here, you won't be papa.
You're John Mama.
Holiday Inn.
You see, woman, you know woman Holiday Inn.
All the high-rise buildings.
Do you see this one?
The country.
I am a music and I'm there. Mama Famo.
John Mama. I mean, I don't think we'll have a very gentle politician like that in this country.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I mean, his objectivity and his love for the country. Ono ni so nyina say I am a for na mbo amayan save o man na. Obana sa say pokojo to a. Ni nyina no say adwuma na bedding. So he's been
before say otu adwuma
e bi kan no na okonfo bone say ekromo a ono so temu bi. Enti when he met the IMF, he was very, very supportive. Even though he knew, say, these people were not doing the right things, he was still, impressing on the IMF, say, whatever support they need to give the country for us to recover from this economic downturn we are in, they should give us. But you see, the IMF was not only counting on words; they wanted to be guaranteed, because they can't just give us the money for us to just misuse it and misapply it.
Yeah.
It's based on second, your friend is saying, data on the call here, or we review debt exchange program, I don't know. The IMF realized said they could not commit the second tranche because they were not satisfied. Because we should have gotten that second tranche in November. 15th November, we should have gotten that second tranche. But they were not satisfied. Okay? So they pushed it to December. Say they want to do further auditing and assessment of our economic situation. December, so they were still not satisfied. They could not come to an agreement, and so they moved it now to January. But how does a country, Oba in 2017, Obeto sinking fund, heritage fund, stabilization fund, Obeto, your friend is saying, yes, infrastructure fund. Apart from that, Bosian Wabo over 600 billion Ghana cedis. Taxes in Kwame almost 800 billion Ghana cedis in the last 7 years. Oil revenue am I about 200 billion, 250 billion
This kind of way.
How does this such a government now, and or my with these 7 years, the whole country is waiting for just $600 million for the IMF and son of mine $600 million. For them. 600 million. How can a whole country be waiting on $600 million? Just $600 million. A whole country. $600 million. They say, they say Ghana for Bronya and Kofu be doing Modok Bronya, by Tari Amagubia. To bounce a party be a Koswa, say near Kufadwa, nay Dankwa, and yet Dankwa, nay Orchard, and Orchard Dakwa, nay Wamwa.
Kofi Asante.
Asante ana dapa womo no ne homo. Apart from that, Ghana ni bia beda.
Ami dapa de wo ye dapa fo.
Kwabna grofo hom na je independence man ko haya yo.
Kwabna areho.
Ka Ghana ni bia till death do us part. Ko bia betwa independence.
Akom on be set up your friend saying Independence Day Fund, Founders Day Fund. Aja momo busuafo
yare de muntuama ye na ye na nanom bre na ye ni ye no omo jimi saa ma kwasiafo pa bu kwasia ye
and that is how they've run this country. They've stolen so much and sikanu guomo dem kwabena sikanu guomo dem sikanu guomo dem nanse ya ebi hu de ba asem no started so omo twen kakran so still na dodo na go mo dem, especially 100 cedis and 200 cedis note ne there o ma packing is a bill e go mo dem
ana omo tetagu so
ena abro ne be ye nti omo ntimi niska no muso omo mfa sika no megu system nim na Ghana for enya bi se chese economy ni mo tari liquidity
say ohini dondo de obewia na baby abebo no asa what the problem no because dondo here that is ohini tuni na ti dondo de obewia na baby abebo no asa no what the problem no
ekura tim obia ho kire no kwabna na onim enye na minim sa ho kire wo man mu na minim sa no mo den bakwabna enye ma de kituo ya mekoye ya nka minim se o man ni mo den sa utim se wadofo pa unim se sa ni pay die se wo bia kwabna wo bia obe maw udua no wasate bobna odin se goniti
unim dia ya
and kwabna and I felt it
ama waka wan se nyina wie no we are no so nani
and after now ono kan dey na wo besu amano and these are businessmen, people who were doing so well in that about 7-8 years ago, and some cannot even pay their children's school fees, some cannot even fend for their family, and this is the country we live in now. And so I'm surprised how we are still quiet in this country. How we are still quiet.
No, but until you go to the polls, what can you do?
What you gonna do?
Kwabna, the situation we are under must happen. You can't so be too. But at least I know say Ghanaians can be on the street for 1 year. This government deserves more than that. Ghanaians can be on the street. Kwabna, every day, every day from now to 7th December, you be a demonstration and we can do it. Every day Ghanaians will be on the street. Every day. Because that is what must happen under these people. Yet now say I could do 7 December say Kufu don't find then it means we've not done this country well. They deserve a revolution. 1 year continuous. But at least there must be civil protest, continuous one for 1 year until these people leave power. Because that is the only way we can show, say, we do not accept this level of treachery, this level of wickedness, this level of greediness, this level of atrocities committed on the people of this country. Kwabna, Romu, I just say two. Nipa kwa omakumbi. But enkofo a omawu omade awreho afiri mu because of the actions and inactions of Abanwe no. Say yakasa ye kan a it almost
was one more said there kumomo.
And I make a second omakumbi, but one more based on their reckless decisions, reckless economic policies, their greediness, and to omadi who shed them. They are almost 1/10 of the population. Over to young boys when you attack. Middle-aged man, yes, you see. I are a whore.
Then I call out 40 years to mission who are come for.
I are a whore. Oma show my near sa for 7 good years. We are making for Bawumia say, or no some metwaso. Kokansi break the 8. Break mutrition in my pampaso. Break with tradition in my pampaso. And Ghanaians, we are supposed to accept this. We are supposed to. I mean,
maybe a war, Jamestown, a cut fish. Oh, yeah, Kofobi no more argument. Now, Bako say, break the 8. Or see, break 1 year. Buzan say, no, a day.
Say, I am saying, Crancassa, Unyano.
Mementias,
Miss Mentias. Now, what you say?
Oh, me Busa, no, no. When to me and Chim or the Syrian air by
1 to 1 Tiasi.
Break 1 year.
You know, because if in the midst of this, any dim weight can come and stand in front of us and tell us, break the 8. Samira Bawumia is going to be the first lady from the Zongo. Look at such a useless talk. Just say, I am not a lame duck. Just say, I just say, I could cry more. I could find Bakuina. No, a Juani, the man is on you. As on social media, comment to be a car fan, or the Bia be responding. I'm a money, the man is Umuno. None say Parliament are passing law. Come now. I saw the statement. What was that statement? No, I think, sir, we need to digest that topic. And you see, and I'm surprised, sir.
No, Debbie,
Kwabna, I am surprised that I'll still doubt it if Ekufuado can tell me he's a lawyer. Kwabna, sir, Parliament Ashemra, sir, the criminalization of the witchcraft accusations, no, any, sir, death sentences, no, we know.
The explanation, you're the man.
Kwabna, the law is very clear. The power to make laws is vested solely on Parliament. And when Parliament passes a law, it is up to the President to assent to the
and
to
also
the bill.
You want assent.
Yes, but Kwabna, the act actually say when the President refuses to assent to the bill, the President must provide reasons.
And he has provided.
The President is attempting to determine the constitutionality or otherwise of the law Parliament passed. Isn't the job of the President to interpret law?
Yes, he mentioned it. He mentioned it and even mentioned about financial constraint. The most stupid, explanation ever.
Say it has fiscal pressure. Said the bill has fiscal pressure on the economy, so they should have consulted.
In other case, for the Ghana, for the past 25 years or 30 years, we have never taken anybody to the shooting range.
What is the
say Yankobo firing squad? Most of the people are
what's the fiscal pressure?
Are they not eating? No, the question is, are they not eating?
But that's not how much is the fiscal pressure?
That is it.
That doesn't equal that of an act of Parliament. What I say, because say a ruling about was a president assented to the execution of a victim. It does not equal to a law you say a hunch say omampani as sign a was say obey tremu dientia.
But listo, yes, listo, but listo, but what Bobie is saying is before there are so many people. I'm saying the last time there are about I think 27 to 30 people on death row.
Yeah,
Kwabena, for the last 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, no president have signed the execution of any person, any death row inmate. Ekufado na ono watches are ridiculous. We say the repeal of the death sentence law will have fiscal pressure on the economy. How many death sentences no assign?
How
many executions
are wasting money on them?
80 let me say wa bon community me kase nipa no wa bon a muntia say wa bon.
That's it.
Wa bon.
For
born because he doesn't understand what he wrote. He doesn't understand what he wrote because for the last 20 years, no death row inmate has been executed. Ukabe president 7 years in Nipa 6 and he has sentenced him to death. They are still there. You've not even signed the execution of one. And the parliament have passed a law say any young child death sentence you can the maximum sentence and life sentence. We say about mineka. Also good death row also one science in Kumomo. Still no man no ebo moka. Entinya bonwa obetresa reason where they come out parliament. But you see what kind of tone of the letter? It shows the level of disrespect he has for parliament. Parliament. Mu parliament bema 10 grams and mu parliament because also was in obi in parliament also was in obi mu obia oya masema to ye kuya ni masisa
unim the entire sometimes no I miss me the parliament, especially speaker. When yaw, teacher ne say, she speaker, when a pedigree, she a record at the bar, she a record at parliament, as member of parliament, as minority leader, as majority leader, and speaker,
deputy speaker before speaker.
Any pedigree. How does speaker kowtow to such a midget in terms of? I mean, sometimes you just look at it and it's like I say, well, no speaker knows what money on.
Oh no! Listen,
no.
Listen,
no,
you see, let's not divert this issue because he's on a path.
He's on a path.
Right? Listen, no.
I say Obi Bua.
No, you see.
Answer no Obi Bebu no. I was say wa bu.
A response.
You see.
Akufo-Addo Trokoma Parliament as an institution.
One Trankoma speaker.
Mama ntra wade.
Yeah, but
right. Mama ba. When you say I'm fanny hand in Panafricanism fee.
Like what?
For example, say Mike Okwe and the sa anymore. On trust and
they be big and it's not because he has respect. Partisan. It's not because he has respect for Michael Gray. It's because Akufo-Addo know Michael Gray no on the party me.
Anyway, let's move on.
Listen, you see, listen, Kwabena. Anybody who will be truthful will tell you, say, Nyankopon and admire this current parliament and admire somebody like Speaker Bagbin.
But Bagbin, the way he's playing his role,
Kwabena, you see, sure. You cannot blame him that much.
Okay.
You cannot blame him alone. Kwabena, no. How can you blame the speaker who doesn't have a vote in the house?
But how does he suspend sitting when in another case he didn't suspend sitting? How does he account for that?
Listen. You see. Look, listen. We may all have reservations with some of the positions or sometimes some of the decisions he take at a certain point in time. But that does not override the general good of him as Speaker of Parliament.
Parliament now are working on a bill. A bill no. That this is the way to go. One person, President Teso Asante, is just faffing around, giving flimsy excuses, which smacks of madness.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. On this note, I wonder how.
So the speaker.
At another point, I disagree with the speaker on other issues.
Yes.
But on this note, I wonder how you way.
Yes.
No, but you see, that's my point in telling you that to every immediate cause there is an immediate a remote cause.
Listen, you cannot blame speaker for Kufuor's foolishness. No, you cannot.
I'm not blaming him for.
But
I'm blaming him for having him to allow Kufuor to disrespect.
What are your party that's not him? What you free party was you see, I think
why Kufuor Kroma say why Kufuor didn't so you can't blame Obia no Kufuor. What disrespect Obia? Kufuor why
Kufuor 10 times.
Obia o de no. He doesn't respect anybody. Why no did not Kroma? Why not on disrespecting no? From Otum photo why?
National
I don't country. Or hene ko catch your friend say your friend say a flower hene ko ka say okwesiku. Why can't on koye na ade? He talks to anybody anyhow. That is the dim way to have
the to abama no. Omo ko kumase no mka che so omo koya say ya. Ozo ko krobotu pe twatwe.
Ose say won to man jai. Ono force say koto aba. Ono akọ form to abama no. So this is the dim way you have as a president. So you cannot blame somebody for his reactions because that's the guy you have as a president. You know, but it shows.
My point is say, I mean, can't say when I am free. My point is say, or trust has same way by no. Yet Ghana ha, and na kwasi Jimmy be or no so be quite MP. Wakwati kunyem as a referee at Waba. Or buy or throw thesis pamphlet in the case chain way. We no say I will let it slide. And you know. You who say who you simpa penny?
No.
Period.
This way. You know you be a say.
This door. No.
Ekufuor do niema ensemfunu a wodi no. Enye abamba bin esuba nti na ama ne disanse. Odi sanse mfunu free.
Me busa wasem o.
Odi free.
Odi me ba ma busa wasem. Me na epoku. Menim say Nyankopon na ne mre eye mrepa. Me nye ma adwin so me speaker of parliament da. Enti me pa na me speaker of parliament Ekufuor do betima dwen kwasa asem betima
obetwere
aka meka nkwasi asem a efi na ekwei ne kokura no so obetira konya so biem
ba oye sana e dey say bodam ni udware e say udware na bodam na be yutawo
you see
you must at every point in time be very rebellious to stop nonsense from happening. Nonsense.
Tobo
Obi Jimmy akata say we Jimmy straight.
The list of person
Jimmy
the list of person o kan nyina ne say
Obi boss so
Kufuor no time a Kufuor do adim kwasi asem o party na Kufuor no agimi nti
why not? Yes.
So let's move on.
Why? You see Kwabra
no my body palma
pona wo bono to the core ne say Obi Jimmy a hwimma no mani hu say what Jimmy palma so Jimmy no
my body palma enye say e di abamba be ne Kufuor no nyina na agimi
why not? Obia including aflawo num fo na wo hini
let's go on the body palma
what Jimmy
let's go on
ada na amadi pa ba ku Jimmy na mo nyina mo na mo so ne so
wo ye ya body palma
ya Jimmy katira no so what Jimmy Jimmy no
abamba ben is not in the soup alone.
He's not in isolation.
So let's move on.
Obi Ekufuor we do obi atem.
Why not?
So let's move on.
Wa twele nkwasi
amadi pa ba ku Jimmy o memu muntimi kan chance we Jimmy.
Wa twele nkwasi amadi
ade we president we Jimmy
or the free party man no nya president.
And I say we Jimmy
Miss Bob pa
afoko wan say
me delay. Oh. What can some you see at was say me ya body palma wo se wenti ase. Oh. Obi argue you see ya body po yi ama wo se still ya nzument ase.
We Jimmy free nkola do di ba be nyina mo da so hwe no.
You know. You see enti parliament ashemra Netia, yes, separation of powers, ne say. Parliament by Yemra. Parliament Yemra, you didn't run about my executive. No executive not sign. Napal Emran say, same pose be bini na se wo o man panyin wuntimi nsan a. Kire niantia wuntimi nsan. But emekan kire parliament say emra no ma pass no wo akufo do se be wo to unim nyansa kire parliament whole parliament on pass emra no. You cannot determine how does the president now cast a verdict? Just say oh what kire we no em so omo pay we o sha de akufo do kire na omo pay unanimous FC for ni bi na kire ye o. Because they attempted to write a legal reasoning, but the legal reasoning was flawed. A first year law student first had you know kind of say and then Akufo-Addo pese ochiri. And then no pese ochiri. You know, so it is not just amemono economy no ma bon no mo say no mo ntimi nye. Kwabena every aspect of our governance processes have been affected by the recklessness, by the ineptitude, by the inefficiency, by the incompetence of the Akufo-Addo regime. We need a revolution, a very strong revolution that will marshal the effort of this country to move away from sad destruction Akufo-Addo, this part of destruction Akufo-Addo, because I don't think just a mere simple democratic process can move this country away or can revive this country or can move us back on a sustainable path. I think so.
No, but at this point, yes, I agree with you that there must be some positive defiance on the streets.
And something must be seen before the elections.
What must be seen is the positive defiance.
Yes.
The TUC.
Yes, and the civic action, and the people on the street, the boycott, everything.
Say the boycott and everything. No, anybody we sika so much that he is able to penetrate systems. The TUC, you can't get all the leadership to agree that there should be a boycott. The lithium issue. Why University of Ghana Teachers Association? They are saying something different. Other university, because I know who say UG teachers na you say no, this lithium thing is wrong. I want to no more other university say so
are you not able to smartly read between the lines to tell that these people have been induced? How many are there?
Exactly.
You understand?
Okay, in numbers.
In numbers. So you see, those are the things. There is an answer or a solution to all the issues because they are not wiser than us. In any case, they are not in the majority. What you are saying. So if they have amassed wealth and they can manipulate a system or systems, for example, look at how they are able to create division amongst people who have come together to form a group, for example, to want to do things against or in favor of the citizenry. They are able to sometimes create in some cases they are true, but my biggest question that I don't know who can ever answer, and they say enti obi kwaji sika na oton ni nyansa no yan ya we chire no adan na yen ton koso because yan ton koso it means say sika na nipa ne kwaje ye no enu bi na na wonso on ba kro no wo hwehwe kwabra tell me can say in some cases instead of thinking about the bigger picture which will free all of us or liberate all of us from the air cost one yema almost centralize it and you may be at a point be now won't say they divide you and rule you. What I say it you know man san come on odi no me the papa revolution it has several meanings, but the most pivotal meaning of revolution, you know, is what word you also use to be defiant. It must come a time and what's a Ghana focus there must come a time
because let me give you a typical
there
example.
Must come a time say Amisa die Kwapim say you be free GRA because sika bia ko di arabia no oni kwan go frata na eche die akrofo we
because let me give you a typical example say am no case because of the lithium issue no
yes
and ras and sanene
yes
somewhere in voter region in kroni biso ekromofo no omahemfo akoye signboard say ebugina pono mo de nkrofo aba ho be prospecting nkrofo no si obi omba ku omo
simple.
So somebody send me the video. I think I have it. I need to look for it.
Yes.
Me man carry. But the point, the point is now
I will help them.
If Akufo-Addo and his family will use foreigners to invade your land,
kill them. Why
people
not?
should just defend their land.
Defend it.
That's
the best way. Is
so how do I go chebi?
And possess your possession.
And I say abomosu. I want na me free. Say abomosu nyina ye gold. Mumbu obia dan na muntunu nyina mfa nkwa.
Obia no ni asem.
Obia nka hwe.
So growth for Jimmy now.
So many video no send me and I was like, well, even if Usube issue the whole Ghana police, Oba say obia so defending the land.
Simple.
As a demand for defend our land. Keta for defend our land. We no defend our land. Obia ahemfo no and otumfo aka. So ohini bia should go back to his land and defend your land.
Simple.
So a positive defiance that look won for broni bia nsia me prospecting
na nka China for gu emrem
what you say so but listo I Tommy dear Tommy listo mumie nkomo na amudi a raise ade bia ohini bi JM call a year tour last week no is it ohini ba I won me or
I win
is my hina
there be na you cry we one for you cry more production you cry. Okay, Western Nzima Chief Nana Ewilo Kwame. Okasembi Echre John Muhammad. Somehow rhetoric.
Yeah.
Say about to aye kotui John Muhammad. Ubednya protective rules no. Yes.
It is the question that every Ghanaian is.
So let's
we don't through the whole Jomolo. The only market yawa a shopper a Joe market. Last 4 years, which I bought, sir, Anka Oba over my market to be a in Yama. And Nipa Adjun Bonnet, and he went to me a muscle. The whole Jomolo. What's it to do? Yeah, I have vigilance in my no, I'm going to do no more different story. It is a best rope. Obia man in the hall. Nabana Nabano, I want you to in the baby. Now, men are not common chroma. I know can ask them. But the supposed Baba Bo, a su year. And if I want to track an issue, sounds a mundi no cre. Tiafi there. Mumpe nip dinocre. And Ma Ganafonia no. Nabanon for when Yagani and Shabano. Nagana phone call Tibium. Yet I was in Agboshirao. The Dukunum. We don't know through her. The whole Jomolo. The only market Yawa a shopper a Joe market. Last 4 years, which I bought, sir, Anka Oba over my market to be a in Yama.
So, this is the Asian Axim Nana Kwame Awilo. Or say, I don't know, so simple. Sada Nano, Uncrophobi, Eddie Animu. Omo ba ye to abawie no mo keka sense bi kire DC fu a enye fe na entiase bia anim na we de your mama mpegrofo a on be fi o mani han ahwem ni akai no anwan na nkenye adwombone a ega your mama wi ni. But on the more serious note, na ma hu senka woka especially in the Ashanti region me mampon tem bia me Obiano. Me never for my son bet trauma Abama John Mahama near NDC. The question they ask Bobie Yakoto because you're too yeah yeah to be imagine that can one side me ye and you say yeah baba be protected you know this mo anyine mo na mo mankrofo we say SSR de no and that has been the conversation the questions
Kara
yango
I share strongly in ohinene kasa okan ni nyina na sa question no edobia no kwabra omo mta busa sa question ni pa dodo na ye omo a omo afri baabi ebeto abama NDC kwabra minim nipa P ya bigiri se ye kokuma se a oni obi di nkomo a eya wote se na ye to a mo betimi ahwe so na ebi o wa ugu ahomekoko a sigh of whether relief or this cannot be a sigh of relief because it is a sigh of sorry. But sometimes you just do that to water down your makoso in the past and still hope say it could be better than the Ekoso in the past because Kara NDC will never be forgiven if Abaye Kotwe omo anye de esefata a be man kunimdie abeye Ghana fo nyina dia Kara enkomo na ye die no anya NDC nkomo bishia NDC fo na me show mun kran a eya na me pese me ma omu se enye sebi omu nko na ade ahia omu
hwe
eyo man Ghana ena ba bia ye duro no enye party bio. They are very lucky and fortunate say they have a candidate on akwa say ni pede enso ye wene nam ne ho akono owo sune ban bia etwedom owo do owo abodo kire owo sabio entati abotre osa wo ntati anyansa enunti akoye se the way a wotie no titiri unti ema nipa dom adwen yo mo se ya hwe ya de pa bi na e wo se ye kofa de pa ne ye den ebefie kwabra minimandi fo a e ka o mo nko na nka do ma ma e mampani biem da minimum minim ebia to a certain point a utimu se omu wo yaw bi wo mu se e ka omu nkokrampo no nanka John Mahama free ho nanka kwan abedam ama sabi omu so atimi akopre akonya kese kwabra minim kofo a omu ya ndisi fo all right anase omu ye wolves in sheep clothing odwan a wode patamu pataku a wode odwan enwoma adura ne ho na debia ya me question bibusa ni se wa ma yonko entwa nkono a utimi twadu se wa ma wo yonko entwa ankwa a wo utimi twaduru ana ensema ya na bibusa me ho no na so kwabra God being so good oh say after some time I don't know if you have realized say John Mahama be a flag bearer wie no ba ku mienu miensa bi a megidi say wa wotiti bi ebi won so a wo de wanimu asem on say watimi ayade bi a aye nwanwa ama asesese no omon kabom no aye fe even though ebinum da so wo me na so po no two ways about it omo ye nipa but the question is kwabra that's far how far baby aye droi Is it just about the NDC? Is it about John Mahama? Is it about President John Mahama maybe Diana? Is it about Lordina Mahama na? Is it about Nipadom Aomoye executives of the NDC? Is it about Abaya Kotoya na wo pe chairman awenya? Is it about secretary na wo kopa awenya? Is it about ebia pulling anamu friend say branch executive election wulusu ye? Is it necessarily about our individual goals? These are questions that we are going to near. I was saying NDC for. I have put a plea before every Ghanaian, including Omokrampo, Omia MPP for. By way, I had the most disappointing political party in the history of the world to them. Million MPP for. Omo edi omo re e share Akufo Addo mu. Omo di omo ni tone so. Ya enehwemo di a omo die. Omo busa sa question wey every now and then. In fact, when you talk to them over the phone, sometimes personally, when you meet them, the point they want to always stress and they say, omo nim say Bawumia enya dia obetimi abaye mampani si eto free and fair election. Omo nim say omo bomu tirimu po so mbe wi abanim. Na ya ho boa ene sen. Sometimes they do that to ask you say muhia moana. Is the NDC opening their arms to welcome all hands on deck? Because you see baako uredu a ebu. That is the point. Baby ayedru no enye NDC asem biem. Yes, the only person that can save this country from the mess is John Mahama. That one, there is no doubt about it. You can have a litany of whatever people arguing from several but the point that Kwabna, everybody must know, they say NDC NAM Amayokua says no or more are presenting such a candidate. John Mahama, one wa mejidi se wonam nyina no onim se o NDC candidate there, but onim se o Ghana for candidate. Enti no, how are we all? Because ye de ho to omo so a Kwabna hwamodie ebetimi aba ma ye nyina ye se afem. Etime so me question me pese me busa ye nyina Ghana for a ye pese John Mahama be man pani say, how do we, for example, nipa ye o mamponye a o ka se ontimi nyina ho enhwa abato osui Kwabna se wa nyina ho a wadi ne ho abro wa ye ne ho abro because emane nyi se me kwoto ba ma NDC abaye mampani John Mahama abaye mampani ana NDC abapawa ye to abage ho afri sebi ohaw ne abenedie ne abebrese we ye independence number 2 we ye slave master ne ye Ghana ni ene wakwakofa tibonkoso zombi edi nachi ene ono a se na wadi ehwam awie wakofa Bawumia wadi amian se wono esamra na Ghana fo nsu medi amia enti no busa wo se, would you want Akufo Addo to continue reigning by presenting a face and putting him as a masquerade and hiding behind the mask Bawumia the zombie? Are you ready to be known say we president here Bawumia na? If no, then all hands on deck. This is not the time to be apportioning, blames. Oh, I said do ketia na chairman. I said do ketia. Me no, say no na ho keka nya me fe. Maka che ni pen. Na ho keka nya me fe. Na ye betra wa ka se na ho keka nya ye fe ntino. Ye da so guso e twen se wono me ye bibi ana. Onyire ne ho na sabio ye so ye nyire ye ho. Obi bia all hands on deck. This is not the time to say a friend is saying a friend say me nuaba Hana bisiu. Ya to abama ni was where I America. Oma etimi that no oh I say no aba me pacho mami kasa omo say no kana me kai was baba me de me afa na matie. Ya to abama na America nkwa no ti etimi beto kasa Hana bisiu nti no me mama ko ye adwuma na dabi oba bia sori ene ko dwuma ye ntoro ene ma na eyi chop money etimu betena ho say Hanabi si ye women organizer omo abu adoma no ema na no ntino ema mo betena ho dabi obi ansori Pablo o sinto eti ye betena ho say Pablo sinto ntino ye ntra se na youth no so ye nka dem
o ma ti committee so
eti obi aye de oye but wo a wuti fie committee no nka ho a committee no mass action committee no mass action committee no obi aye leader uni baabia uni djuma bia dia arise Ghana crampo dia ho yeda ho ye frɛ obi aye leader come and let us all mobilize. It is a communal labor, all hands on deck. It is not about executive way where what the honum obi kura timi ka say uncle atonom and away hey what wonu aka originawu misraw manu sisu na so wo enkwa na say bo ho ban mum ye nyina ya nyire ya ho alright na ya nye tumi ni fi kokokyere kan ne na yonkofo ne nsem aboneyefo abusuefo a oma besi yeso a oma ye esi epinie mum ye nye man efiri aboneyefo ne adamo ne honhom ne nsem na ye mpre nko yanim migiri se ye sa question no ne answer no ewo ye ho ye ne betimi aboy ade ho ban ye ne betimi aye election no ameki sure say Bawumia we police station wa we yakokan aba no wa we obi antimi nsesa no je mensa ye de ya paper aba wa we ne yakeka ye declare Jomama president elect one ne hwan a we ti asesa hwan na no me simi ko parliament house kwabna asoja fu edi je mensa achi omo ye aduonu nwotwe na medru ho na wonim asoja fu ro mo di na achi no listo na me zuma ka me ko ato ho omo kro mu fi
Mame nya wemra hello. Okay, all right. So and me pick Agboji Ezekiel says okay. So but you are doing your part on radio already. So that's it. It's okay. Kofi Don Press says Listo is right. It is as if some leaders are working against JM. All right. So Ebenezer Ben Ellis is here. Says thank you, Listo. Julie Belinda Obri. Quick one. Mame nya wemra hello.
Yes, sir.
What is I?
1,000 Ghana.
Were you 10 million?
Oh,
10 million. 10 million.
10 million.
10 million.
Who get to?
Me pacho your friend say.
Nana George.
Pacho Nana wife.
Asalam down.
Asalam down.
Bajai.
Uradi ni na nwumre domidono.
Hey.
Dada. Because we try ACMG sketch the why.
All
right, okay, so that's it. Live rock 100.5. Star 413 has match another 10 million into Munkang Eja Entum Namomra. Who raise issues about revolution? Yeah, be lead here to a year polls come 2024 December 7th. Then quickly nasa tape we are meeting nra eba meeting as to whether the NDC is prepared to protect a year for vote, to let a year citizens vote to count. These who are raising and common konenim. That okay, so it shouldn't be only about NDC. Yeah, it may move on. Yeah, wasudi because and then no, and never boy they know NDC 4,000 to be.
I totally agree. I share the same sentiments. as with Listo. You know, me one of the people I'm maintaining the view say without prejudice to the NDC as a political party to the party's leadership, I've always held the view say you jai abandonment NDC for one way you could in the Bawumia beside tonight should be. over and over again, I think, say, you know, the NDC as a political party has not done well to ensure public trust and confidence. Say, party no bit my bo. You vote to home.
They showed it in Asen Central.
Yes.
Asen North.
They showed it.
Yes, they did. But
at that
that
point,
was
all hands on deck.
Yes. But as to whether that strategy, when push comes to shove, can be replicated across 275 constituencies. 276 constituencies. It's another thing. Because we've seen so many instances where they should have counted and they never counted. And personally, my fatum also say I have a personal responsibility and a role to play. The same as Listowell, the same as you, the same as any Ghanaian listening to us. We have a collective responsibility to ensure, say, we don't have a part 2 of this saga. Kwabna Obebu sound say, Adena Bawumia na ono ye presidential candidate no. Ekufuado ye campaign esen no. Adena Ekufuado na de bia ono na ye campaign Bawumia na dawo.
Trying more than
Ekufuado no na de bia just a platform be mount to bia ye campaign.
More Catholic than the Pope.
It should tell you, say, Bawumia is just a whole vehicle to protect the Achim cabal and their loot.
That's all.
That's all. They just want to install Bawumia so they can protect their loot and also prevent the cabal from going to jail. And anything they could find the mounted platform, Kachire will say, they also ye biawaye, aka de bako pe. Now the Bakwaka also yen say, Obe making sure say Bawumia be the next president. Bawumia will be elected as president. What is his interest? President Kufuor Obe didn't 8 years or ko ye. He didn't care who succeeded him. Or Semonko to the Obe we nibi abra. Because he had nothing to hide. Say we ni boni a wadi. No osuro ho aso twenti no. Wo se ono de e kwan bi obefa so. Bawumia ne bedi na di bi obefa so. Until I say, on my platform, I will say, I will only hand over to an NPP government. My job will only be done when Bawumia is elected president. That should tell you the mentality of these people. But Ghana for you na you to mu say. Boni Ekufuor na panfofo abedi no enya de a ewo se omofa di omofo omo di da. They must pay for their crimes. If they must pay for their crimes, we know says about me abedi there they cannot pay for their crimes, because Bawumia is only going to help them cover their crimes. So if so, and we want to see accountability, mo ade bia mo sia mo ka se chale ko fo de mo nchi omo tumo o mo nyom se o e kwan be na e be fa so e be chi omo tum. The first step e be fa so e be chi omo tum and say you be making sure say abano Bawumia does not come anywhere close to the presidency, and that the next government of the Republic of Ghana is run by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And that is the only way we can exact accountability. That is the only way we can ensure, say, when we sika good them, when two galam say and say, or one kum nipo touch my north, touch my south.
Ablekuma Central.
One more, or my yo mine sika ko gwa brochire. Omo matonton manager pade en kransase omo maton kransase nyina di
omo esika ne bi gu omo dem
sankofo ni nyina e kwan ba ne be fa so a womo ebenya ho asotwe a ebeye ahyenso de eda ho se be ya daachi bi obi nso nya kwanya nya de oman ne hye ne nsa obahu so oman no Ghana fo japade oman no
etotua eya enti so munya kwanya ejapade bia de be hwe omonsa no so omo hwe so ye no mo de eboa na Ghana fo di ye enye so omo soa ekogu omo fie na omo ne omo ma ekogu amanone na omo kodi. And this must be a very loud statement. It's a huge and ardent task. We cannot leave it only for the NDC. You jama NDC phone kwa. Ebebu aka yesim. You jama NDC phone kwa ebebu aka yesim. Ghana for this has nothing to do with the NDC. The next elections has nothing to do with the NDC.
But you see, yes, I agree with you to some extent. I agree with Listo partially. And the reason is that your last 2 laps be wo. So our last 2 laps in the ye young there, ye me and say tia kura no I say eja ye ni mubi no. Edru ono aye hu bibia enye. Last 2 laps ne collating the national figures. Who are the people NDC AU suomo? Who is getting what? Who is getting NDC the equipment? Who is buying what? Who is doing what? Then the other line is those going to the collation center.
No, that is the strong room.
The strong room.
You see, Kwabena, let's not even discuss those nitty-gritty of strategy.
No, we are not. No. Any strategy. We need. Hold on. We need strategy. Be discuss because Obia him say yemfa nse train ekayaba. Ye the computer ekayaba. Ghana ni bia no what radio. Where Jimmy say on the TV no. Onim say den say train. Ye the computer ekayaba.
Yo, Kwabena.
And when you secret.
Yes, but yes.
My point is,
Kwabena, I agree.
My first point. Kwabena. Abano coalition na wo ka ho asem no ehun hia te se ya to aba wo police station na me ami wo police station wo bi gina ho bi Ghana ni ami gina ho bi ma yere me ho aye adwuma dwo ma ha ma wen e wo police station the odi fa ne say police station 1 million ye nyina nim say about 40,000 police stations and across the country odi fa ne say 50,000 50,000, you know. Polling station A to whatever. I want one community, mono. Say Ghana for bo NDC for chidom ne Jomahama chidom. Ye ko gina polling station ho. Say ye sha abatwa ne so yie. Ye ni kwatwa we say ye hu. Say ya ba ne ya bo ema 200 Bawumia nya 3. Jomahama nya 190. They are canon or more my cat or moncoche. Bawumia de me and sape. Na in na crap. Adiano photo cra obi en twabi. E mamumo obi an kan cham say ma ntwa photo.
Yeah, that's not
Let us
that's not what I'm talking about.
That is
I thought you were responding to
Pacho. Don't let me feel I'm not making sense.
Pacho. Hold on.
No, that's not.
My raising master, Mami Chechu. So on just say you say no part.
Me chewa die say. E woni hia me te say. Ye nyina ya ko gina police station. Ye hu say.
That is not what I'm talking about. Pacho Mami Sancho mu.
Say ni nya ya dia.
Mami Sancho mu bio. Me na make Mami Sancho mu bio. This is the point. Me say ye won crofo mo te fa ko a police station ema no obi age eba omo nyina ho ye mpese ebetu awie ne bedi 3 days ansa no obi abekire pin sheet sana mpese mka so mpese mi nwa ya ni mu nka maka
enti no de me can say
because you go to the police station who the we be police aba no who ya de obehwe we behwe ne de obehwe ne de obi anim na fe de ye bobo aba ne wie na fa pin sheet brass mam 3 days bema
e ho na me ka cho say police station ho na pin sheet wo any circulation center ho
na me say we need
police station ho
na me ka say enkrofo a omo na omo gigi bibia de kom at the end of the day no enya sabita frache yɛyɛ a yɛtu ani yɛbɛkɔ akɔka sɛ fa wo pink sheet bra fa pink sheet bra ɛyɛ wɔn mu no a ɔmo no bɛkɔ akɔka asɛm no wɔ badwam no enti yɛsrɛ wɔn mo sɛ ɔmo nsa nka pink sheet no anka nkyɛm sɛ mam 3 days obi antumi ntwɛn 3 days
saa deɛ no ɛnsi
mo enti twa so
ɛnsi a na ɛwɔ sɛ polling station foɔ no a wɔn ma ne election no wɔ polling station foɔ no wɔn ankasa ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a yɛde paper na ma mɛnsa ɛwɔ polling station A sɛ ɔno nko amfa nkɔ kambom ɛwɔ constituency level.
Okay.
Yɛn nyinaa na yɛwɔ polling station no yɛn nyinaa yɛ form union ɛde abatoɔ n'akyi as vigilante foɔ ɛde aba no akɔ constituency ɛnyɛ mɛnsa ne yɛasoma no na mɛnsa akɔyɛ akɔ ne nkɔfoɔ akɔdi nkɔmmɔ sɛ fabra na bɛgye pin sheet na kɔtwerɛ deɛ wopɛ sɛ so na mɛma msika na menkɔdi kwasia ɛnyɛ saa na ɛbɛkɔ soɔ ɛno nti na John Mahama in his wisdom said the election will be won at the polling station and we will be going into the ring with our own referee ɛno nti no sɛ polling station foɔ no tumi nya saa ahoɔden no ɛne ɛnseyɔ no gyina ɔmo nan so yɛ saa adwuma no na yɛkeka ne nyinaa bɔ mu wɔ constituency a afei abɛyɛ korokorowa 275
ɔmo te faako kenkan mo obi mɛka nkyerɛ yɛ sɛ figures no ebi amantem na nso
I think Listo, we're all saying the same. Listo, I think we're all saying the same thing.
Energized and militarized.
Listo, I think we're all saying the same thing. Sir, I was a Ghana for a boy. But boy, I was a Ghana for boy no. Asu do ne kese no still e da so gina NDC for no so. Asu die kese gina NDC party no so.
Kotonton.
Sa kokwasa kwabna na wo de se we yenya yebedi bronya. Kwabna ye di bronya we eja ye so ye be so group NDC party for no so no. Because they hold the destiny of this country in their hands.
So when you say equipment, when you mua, ensi
ho, adwuma no ntimi nya enkoje.
Ye call asin no free.
Tena say, wo de say yakọ bakra no tena say.
Ye discount ma say kwato to equipment. Na wonim equipment no mu a enyi sika no.
Enyi sika no.
Na kwabra mo.
Dabi na utu okra Listo ni nyina ni omo nyina
ye ono so ma de wo
omo nyina ye the same thing omo nyina party for na omo nyina party na de o so na de so na omo mienu nyina so wo nyina na e nipa kro na
o so ma obi a
omo nyina ye party
ye suma banyansafo omo nyina suma banyansafo
de omo nyina ye party mpanyimfo
party mpanyimfo wo suma obi asuma onim nyansa
wo the police station sika ma obi unim say asuma say ade ma no obekwa kodi na still wo de kwahye ne nsa party ni mu ni makromfo party ni mu nyina police station sika police agent for sika e de ko na kwa nkoduru
say John Mahama so ono ade beko
enti na make say
bibia wono ade beko
kwabna ye di bronya wi a afiwe
emfa ma obi a
afiwe ye be jai ekufa Bawumia de omo ma se omo ho wi
obi e kom
eja ne ye be so good in this party for so because they hold the destiny of this country in their hands and we will not allow them to mess
because
with it.
Because last line no edru wa obi antimi mbenhu bi edi ama wo ntra ho na wonya de obeye and that is my point that two last line there eye party asem
hwamodi say
and you as a film when so to be film when you film and I can't tell me say me nkwankwa pray police station
John Boadua kasa babo say omo lose
that's the point anyway
afi no mo say sere
enti kwabna the responsibility there Ghana for I think say Ghana for are gradually beginning to understand the task ahead. They know say to get rid of these criminals are not going to be easy. Because they say aboa bi e be wo a opre omunim say yenye yi akonya ne from to say kim de aka ye prison e na aka enti ade bi onbeye bia onbeye enti mu amudi animu no asodie ka stie dam so Ghana fire ready so better NDC for echi Ghana fire ready say ade bi also mu ye bi onbeye but asodie kɛseɛ no wɔ party for no so, especially mo amudi party n'anim, mo ambe take decisions on behalf, decisions of polling agents, selection of polling agents, voting collation, people who will be charged with the responsibility of collating election results. Mo ebe ma musika se mo nkoto to no mamra mo nyese ehwo no because mo pese ye ni abre na ye petumi no ehwo na mo pese mo ye business because mo pese mo de party na ye business
e woni tirim se o 2024 de awi na awie enti no ko fa ayarefo pentrom wan wo de ya kasa koto laptop akotoko
mo de mo koto no ma
ya kasa koto pentrom wan fabra na se wo koto pentrom wan no
pen drive no ayi se kufado abodwe
come na make say ye be so torchlight e dey see
koto pentrom wan bi
abra e dey see omoso our eyes are going to be very vigilant
mama see ye be no mataya
on and the vigilance will start from the party people. May say is to be on the party leaders first. Kabina, party leaders first. Yeah, mo be a kwai man for your destiny ni agro. Yeah, mo be a kwai man for my destiny ni agro. Yeah, mo be a kwai am for my destiny ko to chacha. Yeah, mo be a kwai man ko ton elections ni. And yet national executives go one sem na account even at the constituency level.
Constituency level,
at the constituency level,
regional,
at the regional level.
Now you see the best party for that bono.
Come na me say torchlight e be so good sa
party for now.
We are executive at the regional national constituency ejuma no dey want me nya so see 2024 mo resign ko tenase boko enye sa why be choose with your mind destiny di agro kokwasa or constituency kokwasa or region and answer what national na di semunu kwabna ye any bread dey ba sua so no because we are not joking these elections.
We aren't joking.
The fate of over 30 million people lies in the hands of one political party. And it is not by mistake, it is by divine intervention and miracle. It's not by mistake. Nyankopon pese odi party no esi baby because Nyankopon na kase hu se NDC nkwan the only party a omo tena akonya so omo man no ho adwene pa sebi so omo bokro no kura na at least oman no
omo de ndia na ye
tema kakra ewom
omo de ndia na ye
enti omo fa ketua bi no afa no apone ketua no de ko na womo a omo amaje so omo be tom oman no di omo nya oman no kra omo be ton adi Nyankopon pesa nkofo ni mahwe Nyankopon pesa odi NDC party no si baby ye
achimota nsase no still omo ton
odi party ni si baby ya said ye be ya at least party ni betimi atena konya so for at least 16 years na asserted this country on the path of prosperity. Nyankopon him say NDC nkwane party betimi ayese adwuma enti ye mo bia nkwan ma ne nsai sa destiny no enti wa wote national wote regional wote constituency now by your kokwasa bibi be yemu nyina bibi jejewu because we are going to be watching everybody and we will mention names. Kwabna next year don't tell anybody not to mention names, so we will mention people's names, we will point out people, we will call out people because it is serious business. It is serious business. We will call out people. The earlier the better.
Simple.
Party the about power or party or power. The OPBA no sebi ofre minister obefa ofre obi obefa. But we want to save this country. We want to save this country. We need to save this country, and we won't allow anybody to be an impediment towards that particular agenda. And that is a responsibility for all of us. Odi our constituency now who say obi ti constituency o din se mu na be ha partner odi frɛ ye ba betna ye ba bonachi woti regional so obi ti region ho ese mu na odi no e be boa ma party ntimi wini regional odi frɛ ye call us, tell us. We will investigate and come here and come and call all those people out. What the national house and national bit to this a munu. And that's what my penny that I don't have my office who's a bit to this a munu adiano and more minor. Call us and tell us.
Mr. JM no cry yes so be we am MPP or no cry.
Call us and tell us.
You
didn't be see any.
Say JM no so be we am MPP.
And that's what be job banana.
Oh, unfunny easy. Unfunny easy.
Because this elections is a serious
Mm.
business. And we won't allow anybody to toll with the destiny of over 30 million people. We won't allow that. Come, let me dash.
Nana, Nanka Zongo Development Fund, no.
Your friend is saying, Omo Zongo Development Fund.
And Kappa,
where your document are?
Fatram Crawford now, or China, young
woman.
woman
Call Mashebe
Time Asunti.
Omo they call Omo budget, Omo budget, no. We na a come home Omo they call ye. Na page 6. Omo discuss Zongo Development Fund. And obviously during the review, the period in review, 4 astroturfs with spectator stands and dressing rooms were completed at Madina, Chebi, Fadama, and Wale Wale. Pacho Chebi, Zongo.
They said Chebi Zongo.
There be Pacho.
How much Chebi Zongo and Chebi?
Now, the question is,
Pacho, how much Chebi?
I find a kufa do kojina ya no can say
Nima,
any Chebi. I find no mu deserve astroturf or what stands
Nima.
Inti no uhu kufa do a adwene na da ne ti no eye adwuma.
Tinana we no ye be discuss no tena.
Nyame aduma.
Inshallah. Thank you. Pacho a 50-50 engine coolant. 50-50 engine coolant. Now a woman say opesa wo bo o engine ho ban from overheating. O bo engine ho ban e wo radiator tank enwe na chen ene de keka ho a na o car no en consume fuel bebre a wo hia 50-50 seahorse 50-50 engine coolant. Seahorse ya no na ubo se ponko bi eda ho saa one more other grades 3367 coolant and a 1090 coolant with the abedwa so amafo a mo use cars me kaimo me bomon kaye enkoto bibia nkosai wo car engine Mr. Wada Seahorse engine coolant I oko lubricant shops nationwide ubenya bi edi afriwo kwajo de from I was 0244 577 0244 577 Top Choco ni he. Me pa chow. Top Choco. Top Choco chocolate spread. Top Choco 3-in-1 chocolate drink. Yeah, no ni mpomdin. One go energy drink. Obanum energy drink papa. One go energy drink. So B3, B5, B6, B12 vitamins. I say my bit. Umpe when up at the One go energy drink. A drop for more DNA. Moswa moya ho din juma ho do ball bo drumrika. One go energy drink. Ghana for Tumusway. FD Ajatum. Boss in Yadro, in boost about Mesha. Number 1 in boost. Immune boost. The Pacho. Yawani. I do in boost Mesha. Take credit for Edamosepa. You hear no Ghana card. Omuguso Mabosia working capital loan, existing business loan, startup loan, emergency loan. Nina wa mama. Take credit and investment microcredit limited. I mean Shramo Bebre. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. The Bright Soldier capsules, Bright Garlic Plus capsules, Abba. Usambua, hard when you actually. Na nyame ya aduma Kion Oka Central right south south Kion na say Thursday na Friday Friday we ampaye dwa e dance bar ebeye butu o say ekunafuo kunu Kion aye. All right, so that's a live on Accra 100.5. Afi Shapa.